asking you questions. What's better?
Yo, welcome to Team RaddTitan, and today we are here. We're going to be cracking on with the live chat. So if you are watching, chuck us over some questions. We're going through some pictures, talking about latest updates, well, both of our collections, and then we'll be running through, Sideshow stuff, XM updates, any factory reveal stuff that we got, and we'll be going through the fan art stuff as usual. Alex is coming live from Thailand. He's over there, so we're running at about 10 a.m. on a Saturday English time. So hopefully this is pretty good for a lot of people to catch up. Thursday just was a little bit of a stretch. It was a little bit rushed. So we had a little bit of a chat about it, and it was like, yeah, this ain't going to work. So we're running on a Saturday, and hopefully next week we're going to have Thor Gunderson on to run through some stuff with us as well from the Darth Castle crew. So check them out, DCX. They're legitimately proper collectors. So get on their flex.
Well, there's only a few that still say what they think. They don't.
Not QVC. Not QVC.
All right. So,
have you ever bought anything from QVC?
No.
It's fucking shit.
And you swore first.
They show you these nice like amethyst things with manicured nails and tanned hands, and oh, how good it looks on Sophie. And you get it in, and you're like, yeah, she's not Sophie. Don't look fucking good at all.
Oh, well, there's more from coffee. Okay. That's good.
We got a nice coffee.
Got a nice coffee.
Look at that.
Got some rum in that. Look at that. Nice bit of rum.
Oh my God, it's like the Rum Diaries.
There you go. Let's do that.
Looks like a Coke you're drinking there.
Now it's I've got a Coke as well. I've got a McDonald's Coke here. I've got iced coffee here.
Honest to God, dude, don't drink too much, man. Don't get out of your face here. Won't be able to shut you up.
Oh man! Now my paper straw's gone floppy.
Sounds
so I
familiar,
don't
right?
have too much alcohol. Yeah. Good on McDonald's. Good job they don't fuck around the paper straws.
Yeah, they're well annoying, man.
I can't even taste that, man. Just poured the whole bottle in there. I can't taste it.
Well, that's a bad day. That's obviously been that's a bad day. That is. You've obviously been drinking a little too much today.
Yeah, well, not yet.
I'm cracking on with coffee, man. It's 10 a.m. over here.
Well, it's not that late here to really be drinking, but Natalia was like, "Oh, what are you gonna have for the? What are you gonna have while you're on chat?" Okay, I'm gonna have a drink. Because what happened was we got McDonald's last night. So I stuck the Coke in the fridge, and I'm like, I'll just fill it up with some vodka when we do the chat, and I'll be drinking the McDonald's Coke. And then she took it out this morning, so I was warm. So, yeah, she messed with me. She messes with my plans, Anyway, right. So, what have you been up to this week then, collector-wise, Gio?
I think I've been eyeing up XM Colossus, so I've been thinking about pulling the trigger on that.
And as usual, I love to be your middleman on these things.
Yes. You do have your purposes occasionally.
Well,
but yeah, so I'm thinking about it. So getting close to it now. Need to talk to you about a few things, and then I can make a decision whether we're gonna get it. Sold some CGCs. Yes.
Anything good?
Our first appearance of Hulk, Red Hulk, and Absolute Carnage variant, like a lot of stuff. A few actually this week. 3 or 4 of them I've sold this week.
Oh, do you know the Smallhead?
Yeah.
All right, I don't know.
It's not the scan one though that you're thinking of. It's the one. It's a bit different. He has got the spiral head thing, but that's like quite a big thing in sort of like symbiote sort of world. That spiral thing.
Now that rum has settled a little bit, I can really taste it.
Yeah, so I sold a couple of bits. I don't know if I said last week that I got Interact. I think I did. While you've been away.
There were a few things that we did speak about last week, but because we were a bit rushed for time and we didn't really know how to gauge the time and the day and whatever else, I don't know if it showed, but we were both a little bit off. And then at the end of it, there were a few pieces where it probably didn't get the recognition we should have. Also, we had about 500 pictures to go through and whatever else. So, Passion for Art, we're live. And so we'll go through a few pieces. There might be a few extras from last week. We got the richest man in Tatooine. Good vibes. Stuck up on Inferno. Good morning, chaps. Hope all is hunky dory. Can't complain, man. Can't complain.
I could, but who would listen?
Yeah, Radd in the house. Good day, collectors everywhere. Hope you're all well and healthy, chaps. I actually started that with a kind of Aussie accent a little bit there. Permica, evening fellas. Been a while since catching a live. Hope you're well. Yeah, we ain't done a live for a little while. We did one last week, but before that, we took time off.
About a month.
Superman Kelly, only one then, still in bed. Grabbed my cornflakes. Resident Old Duffer here. Had his first COVID jab this week. Oh, hope it weren't the Oxford one, was it? Is it the Oxford one was a bad one?
No, they're just talking about there being a little bit of concern over at your end of the world. Actually, I think it's in Thailand. They're concerned about there's something to do with the clotting.
Yeah.
There's a concern over there, but I mean, I don't think you have a choice over it. It might have been the AstraZeneca stuff. I'm not sure, but I hope you're feeling good, man. It's good to have you here. Sucky's a good guy. I like him being on it.
Guys,
yo, Liam.
Passion for art. Hi there. Yep, we're live. What's going on? Smiley face. Yep. Chris K. Happy Saturday, guys. I hope how you both doing? Not too bad.
Yeah, man.
I can't complain. When you go first,
Alex, it's funny when you're on different timelines. I'm having a coffee and trying to wake myself up to start the day. Alex is trying to calm himself down and settle down for the evening. That's just fucking weird. So hopefully the combination works okay.
Yeah, I got a bit wide before the chat actually. Good not bad week. Went on some little island cruise thing yesterday, which was quite cool. Can't complain. Omar Emperor in the house. What's up, Omar?
He sent me over a cable buster. I got that this week, but it was smashed to pieces. So sorry, bro. Really, it's the thought that counts, mate. Really do appreciate it. But it was smashed to bits. So somebody had been. It's a problem as well with things. You know, like when things are heavy, it's a little bit of an advantage. You know. Because people can't just like pick them up and fucking lob them around the place over and over again if they're in the way, or they need to get something that's underneath it. You know, like all of that business. You know, Alex's Spider-Man bus has arrived at my house just when Jenny was leaving, which thanks for that. I appreciate that in advance. You literally couldn't have picked a better time for that to come turn up at my house. So she was like, "What's that?" I was like, "Oh, something Alex has sent. I need to check it and drop it at his house." She was just like, "Okay." It's like well, it's true, but I'm going to hear about it later.
Does she believe you?
I don't know. She will believe me when it's not in my room. Although you are gone for a while, I could do what you do and just fucking get out and stick it somewhere. Just leave it sitting in the corner of my room.
You ain't got space for that in your place.
Nah.
Hey guys, great way to start your Saturday. Yeah,
thanks, man.
9 p.m. in Central Australia. Perfect timing, lads.
Sweet.
Awesome. It's not too bad.
It's good to have the Aussies and the Asians on side. Sweet.
Yeah. It's good to have a mix. Ross Carr, hi guys from Sydney. Hope we love all the shows. Keep up the great work. Cheers, man.
Thanks, man. God bless you.
So let's review. What's up, guys? You're up early, Sean. The Oxford job did it for me. I didn't have a choice. Cheers, Gio. Good to be here.
It's over here. It's very much the case. I mean, I know my in-laws are very much considering it because they're starting to. They don't want to get into any politics or anything, but they're starting to squeeze over here about traveling. And there's not my in-laws. Not they were like, my father was like, nah, that's not happening. And then they were like, I said, really, Dad? And he's like, yeah, you can fuck. It's like like that Billy Connolly thing. If you see that joke, Billy Connolly's joke. He said like saying if you ask a man if he masturbates, he'd be like, nah. I'd rather cut my fucking own arm off. Like, that's not what my dad was like. He was like, oh, no, I'm not there fucking sticking anything in me, blah, blah, blah. And then they went, you may not be able to get into Thailand or go traveling. He was like, yeah, what you said to Jenny, when can I book my appointment for jab? I was just like, I said, Dad, that took much. You know what I mean? That took a lot off you.
He's well jealous of me over here, isn't he?
Mate, he's asked me every time I see him, like, how's it over there? Is it quiet and all that sort of shit? I'm sort of semi-lying to him and saying, yeah, it's really quiet shit over there, it's closed.
Not everything. No, it's not bad, actually, because the thing about it I do actually like is I've been, we came to Phuket, I've come to Phuket a few times, and I don't mind it. I don't mind it, but it's kind of a place you go for a little while, like a couple of weeks, and then you just fuck off somewhere else and don't really think about it anymore. But because it's actually really quiet now, it's the best time to be here. You haven't had any tourists for a year, so everything's clean. All the bars are kind of just starting to open, so are a bit more desperate for people to go in there. Cheap as fuck, everything's cheap.
Yeah, and if it services will be good, won't it? They'll be on point.
Yeah. So I mean, perfect time for Natalia to see it. In all honesty, as I said, I've been here a few times. Probably best time I've been here. Beach, cleanest I've ever seen it. And,
I went once and I fucking hated it. I absolutely hated it
because of how busy it is.
I don't like people. I don't find sexually aggressive women attractive either. And they're really like aggressive. They were really aggressive. Like people were like lifting my top up and fucking just. I was really full on when I came. I went over to the mainland. I was like wandering about and stuff because I was on a lot. I was actually, the hotel was really nice. I think like Monkey Island, Monkey Tree Island, some shit like that, Coconut Island, something. I was on like a 5-star island. It's just the hotel was on the island. There's nothing else there. It's just an island. The hotel was there. That's it. And then you get on a little water ferry over to the mainland. And I went over a few times. I had a few nights played some mini golf and had some drinks. It was nice, but I just found it really hustly and bustly, really busy. People like in your face. I'm just not great with that kind of thing all the time. You know, I really, on holiday, I like a little bit of peace and quiet. So I really found myself not wanting to go across, which is half of the point of going, isn't it? I was sort of happy in my hotel. I was just a bit like, yeah, this is nice here. And then in the evening, it was like, let's go eat something different. Let's go try something different. And every time you did, it was a little bit too busy, man. A little bit too much for me.
Well, again, that's what I'm saying about now. Is it's
I think as well. I've got to be honest. I think as well, my in-laws are at fault because they've been there. They've been to Thailand, but not Phuket for some reason. They said to me it's just like the Maldives. So I was expecting a Maldives kind of experience, and then when I got there, it's nothing like that at all. So it's just like. It's like someone saying to you, "Oh yeah, you love, the Dark Knight, Christopher Nolan stuff. You know what you really want to watch? Bambi. It's just like just watch Bambi. You're not seen it. Check it out." And you sit there and you're like, "What the fuck has happened to me?" And that's exactly what it was like. It was a bit like that. So I think, to be honest, it was a little bit more that made it worse than anything else. I was expecting in my head something else, and I got something very different. So.
Well, there's that argument again. Like when someone says to you, "You gotta watch this film. It's the best fucking film ever, better than anything, best film out." You gotta watch it, and you watch it. Your expectations are high. I love it when people tell me a film's shit and I'll go and watch it because then normally it's better than.
I love it when James Wallace tells me a film's shit.
Yeah,
I know it's going to go straight in my top 10.
Liam, what are you drinking? Yeah, so this is ice Americano with a bottle of Bacardi in it. So yeah, not bad. Apart from now, I can really taste the Bacardi after it's all selling. What we got here? So it's after 11 p.m. here in New Zealand. Good time for live.
I want to go live over there, bro. I'm thinking about coming.
Hopefully, we're going to try and do the chats this kind of time for the next, few weeks. Hopefully. Again, it's all to do with because I'm traveling and Gio's obviously got his own life and things to do. So we're going to try and do it for this time, and it works for both of us. Again, we tried the Thursday, and it just didn't work. Really, it was a bit weird day to do it. But we'll try and keep them regular. What's up, gentlemen? 2 a.m. over here in the States. We're watching Till I Crash and Catch a Rest on replay.
God bless you, man.
Joining us. Fuck Australia Post. Yeah, that's Omar because the funny thing, well, actually not funny, but the
could have happened over here, man. It's not guaranteed, to be honest with you. It could have happened in the journey from the airport to me.
Could have happened by your postman kicking up your doorway or your driveway. But the thing is that I've had...
It's never ever going to be my postman, no.
I've had about 50 Bowens busts delivered, and only, I think, one of them has been damaged. And that was probably 198% through my dad taking it out of the box to take a picture of it.
I wouldn't think it was the post. I would blame your dad 100%.
Yeah. What's this? You don't need his fingers? Nah. All right. Who else we got in here? Talking to himself. Okay. Luke Jones, geez, about that's where I wank. Not long going from work and came across your live session. May as well double up here. Survival comics, yo. I didn't know the show had moved to Saturday mornings. It's like waking up for cartoons.
I know, man. Do you remember them days? Shit, they were the best days, weren't they? Do you remember? Saturday mornings, they kick ass, man. Yeah, I'd be like, what was on? Fucking all the good shit. Defenders of the Earth, X-Men, Spider-Man.
6 a.m. No, because Spider-Man and X-Men were prime, so they were like kind of around 9, 10 o'clock.
I was still watching them then, dude. I was still there.
I know 9 or 10 o'clock, and I used to get up 6 o'clock for Jason Will Warriors. That's the one I used to love.
Will Warriors. Yeah, good shit, man.
Survival comic, yo. Alex says, fuck off, man. Don't tell me this shit. Alex says,
send him the link.
I just bought another load. Do you know that?
Oh, you didn't, did you?
Yeah, I just bought more. Let me get my list.
You fucking idiot.
Whenever I say this as well, I know that Natalia's are hovering in the background. You go, how many did you buy now? Where are these going?
Yeah, they're going where your pictures are meant to go. Pictures of you and her on holiday. They're going in them spots.
No, I blame. I'll tell you who's the worst person. Is as an enabler, Tyler Sherwood is a well enabler. He goes to me like, "Hey, you know on Carousel? There's some shit on Carousel. Carousel is well cheap. Like,
well, get me a fucking Maestro bus then.
I'm looking. Don't worry. Well, I'd like that too. Well, yeah, but don't worry. I mean, we're looking for stuff, and basically he'll message me on a big list and give me all the prices for them. And like, I got Hawkeye, Doctor Strange, Vision, Nick Fury, another Spider-Woman. I got two of them now. Oh, I know why. I said to him, ask people to take that. Okay. So I've literally got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I've got it for, hold on, let me do the conversion here. About £120, I think it was.
Very good. Very good price.
And the thing is like with some of the ones I got before from Tyler, some of the ones are like the Thor where he's like that. So one where he's like that.
Yeah, I know it, yeah.
That one goes for over £100 here. I got it for like about.
Did you get the armoured one?
Yeah, there's only one version of that. Yeah.
I thought it was just one version, but I wouldn't have been surprised if he did a bare armed one. Classic.
I don't know. I think the bare
armed
one is.
Let me ask you a fucking question. I was chatting to people yesterday because somebody put a post up about what is the best. What do people consider the best out of these 3 pieces? Let me ask you a question. How fucking tall is Thor in the comics?
He's 6'8", I think.
I thought he was 6'8", 6'9", right? But apparently, when I was looking on the Wikipedia thing the other day in the they're saying 6'4". No, 6'6". 6'6". He's 6'6". That doesn't sound right to me. I remember back in the day he was bigger than that, man.
So I think when the movies come out, they fucked all the heights up and stuff, you know.
I think they've changed something because I did the same with Lobo. Thankfully, one of the guys I was chatting to sent me it saying, actually, here's one where it says he's 7 foot. But then I'm looking at other ones and they're saying that Lobo is 6'4". What the fuck has happened? Are they all getting shorter, these guys?
So this one is saying apparently the first thing that comes up, it says in the cinematic universe he's 6'3", and in the comics he's 6'6".
Yes, but I swear to God he was around 6'8" before in comics. I mean, Jesus Christ, he ain't even at 6'6". He ain't even taller than most standard Vikings. It's not even big. They're around 6'9". Them fucking guys.
Yeah, this will say 6'6". I would have said about 6'8".
I swear to God it was, but it's irrelevant.
But I swear.
Huh?
That's still pretty damn fucking big, isn't it?
Yeah, but when you're talking about Vikings and talking about Norse people, it's not that big. 6'6" ain't big. It's about average.
Yeah. No, I've been there. I've been in a club in fucking Sweden. Everyone was
Bet you have.
6'10", and I was just like,
yeah, you're cocksucking size, aren't you?
Perfect right for them to
good boy.
And I'm sucking their dick. Yeah. Thor Odin's son. What's this one saying then? Now this looks like Ultimate 4, but man, I couldn't see in this one.
You've seen a few of them Thors in person, haven't you?
A few of what Thors? Sorry,
the Brimstones.
Breaker of Brimstone. Yeah,
nice piece, isn't it?
I think it's a nice piece. I think it's very dynamic.
Underscaled though, isn't it? And it's fucking purple shading's wank. Would that be a fair analysis?
I think sometimes with certain poses, they can look under or overscaled depending on the pose. From looking at that piece, probably 5 or 6 times I've seen it in different places with different pieces. I think it's underscaled. Yeah, personally, I think it's underscaled.
What do you think about the purple shading? Is it endearing or is it shit? Or have you seen good versions of it? Because I had someone was saying to me that their one's not so bad. I've seen only 3 of them. I've seen 3 different ones. 2 of them were horrific, and one of them was not so bad, but still bad, but not so bad.
I saw a prototype of it, which I think I filmed really close up in 4K, and I'll post on our channel. I'm pretty sure that was really purple.
Yeah.
And then most of the other ones, I think nearly all of them have been pretty purple. I can see what they're trying to do. They're trying to make it so it's like a glow from the lava, but it makes him look more like he's cold. You know, like a cold flesh, like a look to it.
Maybe that's the intention, though. He's Nordic, isn't it? Maybe that's the point. Maybe he's meant to look cold rather than it's meant to be the glow.
No, I think it's meant to be like the reflection.
There's so many good things about that Breaker of Brimstone. The base I think is fantastic. That Certa base is fucking shit hot. And I love the pose. I actually think the anatomy is done pretty well. I do think he's a little lean. But that's Daniel Bell for you.
Some of the points on the base need, there's quite bad seams on some points on the base. But I think it's a nice piece. I do think it's a nice piece. I do think that I would say, like, the factory paint could be better, but then again, the prototype one I saw was the same. So,
I didn't see the prototype. I've only seen 3 different production pieces. But like I said, one of them had the shading, the hue wasn't so obvious, so thick. The rest of them, though, were really, really obvious.
Again, I mean,
it's like when we had them Spider-Mans, though, innit? We talk about that all the time. I mean, how many Spider-Man premium formats have we seen? The one on the crane? We must have seen 20 of them.
I've had 5.
Well, that's it. You've owned 5. I've owned 2. So that's 7. And we've pretty much every place we've gone, someone's got one. So it's pretty much like we've seen about 30 of them. And every single one of them has got slight differences. Some have got really drastic differences as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think the original thing was it weren't the Spider-Man crane one that we were using as an example, but it was originally the J. Scott Campbell.
The comic one.
Yeah, I had 2 of those together at first, and again, I think we did a video in the garden with natural light, and you can see the shading very, very different. But recently, again, I bought an exclusive. I've always had a regular of the crane one. I've always got it like in trades. I won one on Sideshow, actually, on the Sideshow competition. And whatever else I got. I got one off of Dan James, and it was always the regular one. And then I got the exclusive one off of Nash, and I had the bodies in my hand in front of each other like that. And literally, when I sold I sold the regular one. I swapped the bodies over. I kept the regular body, gave the person the exclusive. Yeah,
because the exclusive was notorious for having lighter blues and under shading.
They had no shading. It had no shading inside. It was just like. Yeah.
But this is the thing. You talk to people that they don't understand. You try and explain, and the people just don't get it. When you're like, you know what? It's some the paints vary so much between batches. Some are really very different. So it's very hard if you've only seen one. If you've only seen one and you're like, wow, the purple's horrendous, or you've only seen one and you say, oh, the purple's nothing, it's not that bad at all. You're basing it just off the one piece you've seen. When you've seen lots of them, you can sort of go, yeah.
I think, I mean, there's a lot of, there's not just a simple factor of holding them together and them being different. That's the most obvious one. But there's also, obviously, certain collectors have different standards. Certain people will accept more over something else. Certain people have seen less, so they think that that's right. There's no right or wrong answer. But because it's all subjective. But the thing
I
is,
think that's very PC. I think there's plenty of wrong answers.
Yeah. No, not if someone likes it and they're happy with it. How's that wrong?
No, it's not that. But it's if you say that if you say that there's no issue with the shading and you're basing that just off the one you have, then that's a statement that's wrong. Because there's plenty of ones that are bad. You can say the one that I have, there's no issue with my shading. That's the correct term.
But maybe then that's an uneducated answer because they assume that all of them are going to be the same because they haven't seen.
I think, to be honest with you, back in the day when we started, we would have assumed that. We'd have assumed that the one that we had in front of us was how they are. But it's only when you see so many of the fucking pieces, you realise how different they can all be. And they are really different. They are really different.
You look at the Spider-Man on the crane, and you look at it, there's like 7,500 of them, or wherever there is. They're not going to be painted the same. They're all hand painted.
Yeah, but they're also hand painted in batches. And the batches, it's just like, for example, a prime example. If you go to Dulux, if you're going to paint your house, right, and it's Dulux, the paint place, by the way. Yeah. If you go to if you go there and if you go there and you're going to paint your entire house, right? And you pick one color and you're mixing it all up or whatever it is, just pick a color like your magnolia, for example. Boring. That's what you're going with, right? If you have to get all the same batches of paint because if you get different batches, it's different colors. And you go, what the fuck? Like my whole way is different to the front room. It's obvious. And they're like, oh, that's because it's 2 different batches of paint. I had that once where I had thing and we went to get some. We ran out and we went to get some. And then when we come back and put it on the walls, it was like, this isn't the fucking same. And they said, oh, it's not the same batch. So we had to find the batch number. We had to see if anyone had around the country any of this batch of paint that we could buy. Otherwise, it was going to be a fucking nightmare. And that's simple. That's just one color. Imagine that, a whole statue where it's blues, reds, blacks, browns, purples. All the colors are going into it. They're all going to be in different variations. So you get a different painted piece.
Back in my old house in Mill Way, we've done the wallpaper in the lounge. And one of them, literally, I don't know, it took about 8 rolls of wallpaper. One of the rolls was a different batch. We literally had one line, which was more dark than the others. It was bad. And then my dad was like, oh, fuck, he left it. He left it. That's what he would do.
Yeah, that'll do. Fuck it, I'm not doing it again. Yeah. I mean, wallpapering, what was it, 1970 in your house? What are you fucking wallpapering for?
No, it was just like the look he was going for, and it was 2000.
The dated look.
2004 must have been 2004 because it was when.
Dude, your dad must have been the only fucking idiot putting up wallpaper in 2004.
Well, it was when I came back from when I was in Greece actually, and when I come back, and literally my parents were in Spain when I come back from Greece, and I've been in Greece for 2-3 months or whatever it was. And I come back and I was living with my parents, and I literally come down. I was just got home. I was been drinking solid for 2-3 months and just playing in the place. Get home, sit on my sofa, and I'm like, oh fuck, why am I glad to be home? And I look around, and I'm like, fuck, massive plasma screen on the wall because my dad bought a big plasma TV which weighs about fucking 100 kilos. Put that on the wall, and I'm looking around. I remember it was a PS2 or whatever, right, which we never had before. I never had it there, but I bought all this shit for surprise me when I got back, and I got around. I was like, oh, "This is pretty cool," And then, then I noticed the wallpaper, and then I noticed all this other stuff. All the edges weren't done properly, and whatever else. But that's it.
It's like a train spotting moment, isn't it? When he shits himself, and then he realizes he's in someone else's room.
Yeah.
That is a scene. That is. He's just like, huh?
Yeah, where he says he's gonna wash the sheets and then they pull them. And...
Yeah, that's it. Brilliant. He's chill out.
She's meant to be 14, isn't she?
No, that's not her. The guy who shits himself is he's in a relationship, isn't he? Yeah, he's got a girlfriend, and it's his family. They're all having breakfast. Yeah. That's so bad. That is. That's brilliant. That's brilliant scene.
The second one's not that good. It's all right, but it's not that good.
You weren't worried about coming to America, man, because that's going to be shit. That is. It's too long. It's too long behind. There's too many. There's too many things. I just think it's going to be really bad.
I think the problem is you have to kind of try and watch it for what it is and not compare it to the original, but it's so hard to do that. Even with like, I luckily was able to detach myself from like the Dark Fate Terminator when I watched it. When I watched it, I was just like, look.
I liked it.
I had a little talk to myself. I looked in the mirror and I was like, look, this ain't going to be Terminator 1. This ain't going to be Terminator 2.
Get that into your head now.
Just make sure it's better than Terminator 3. It's better than Genesis. We're on a win. We're on a win, okay, guys?
I really like Salvation. I rate Salvation, man, as well.
I didn't say Salvation because Salvation.
Yeah, I rate it. I've noticed that you didn't say it for the same. I'm thinking the same thing as you. So I would definitely. So what would your if you're going to do Terminators? Give me your ranking.
I mean, the thing about is
I can already do your ranking already. I already know what it is.
I do love Terminator 1. I love the darkness of Terminator 1. But you can't argue that Terminator 2 is a better film. That's the thing you can't argue. I know your argument about, well, you wouldn't get Terminator 2 without Terminator 1, but which film are you going to sit down and watch the most amount of times? And Terminator 2 is probably...
I could watch Terminator 1 every day. Love Terminator 1.
I could watch them both, but arguably, I mean, Terminator 2 is the best action film ever made. And it's hard for anyone to kind of argue that.
So you're going 2. So your roster would be 2, 1, Salvation, Dark Fate.
Don't finish my fucking list, motherfucker.
I bet it is.
I haven't watched Salvation in a long time, to be honest with you. And when I watched Dark Fate, I didn't hate it. And you know the thing about, I actually think Genesis, I think the first 15, 20 minutes of Genesis started really good. And
yeah, did you?
This is going to be fucking awesome. And then he walks up to himself and goes, I've been expecting you, and gets his ass fucking handed to him for 3 hours. Like, it gets back.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Clearly didn't do your homework, did you?
Dickhead.
You waited all that time to lose.
Yeah, and that part, I mean, from there it goes well downhill. But so 2-1. I need to watch Salvation again. I don't know. 2-1, and then either Salvation or Dark Fate. I don't know. I need to.
Then you'd say 3 and then Genesis, yeah?
I'd say Genesis, then 3, just because I like the beginning of Genesis, and I can't remember 3 either.
Yeah, it's hard. It's definitely between 3 and Genesis is the worst.
3 just kind of tries to make it like they look at number 2 and they're like, the humor and making it more. I mean, it's not a family movie, but they make it more of a family movie.
Well, they take elements of 2 that were successful and overdo them, didn't they? And that's overplay it, and that's what happens. You take a winning formula and then you just use it too much. It doesn't become a winning formula anymore. Because the humor is meant to be understated. That's the point. It's almost to the point where you don't know if it's meant to be funny, so you laugh anyway.
Yeah.
Whereas in there, a bit more like, this is meant to be funny, so you should be laughing now. It's a bit more like that. Number 3.
What's yours then?
1, 2. Salvation, Dark Fate. 3, then Genesis. The reason why Genesis has to be last for me is casting. I really don't like the evil Terminator in Genesis. I really don't like Emily Clark as Sarah. I just don't like any of that casting. I'm a bit like, nah, not for me.
I don't like the guy as Reese either.
No. See, that's what I mean. Just all of the main parts, I'm just like, no. So that for me is a formula that you can't put that anywhere but last. Because in fairness to 3, the female Terminator isn't terrible. She isn't terrible. Actually, plays the machine pretty well. The kid that plays John's a little bit fucking annoying, but not the worst in the world. He's a bit annoying, but it's not the worst in the world. Claire Danes is like, he's going to be his wife, and she's pretty good. So at the end of the day, the casting's just better in 3. Story-wise, I think Genesis is a better story. A better sort of, the whole more complex, more bang for your buck sort of thing. But it's no good if the ingredients are just not there. You can have a beautiful looking lasagna, but if it's full of shit, it's not going to taste great, and it just don't.
Great analogy. So Terminator 3 came out in
97.
What you say, 97?
97? No. It's got to be like 2001. Huh?
2003.
Oh, okay. 2001.
I saw I saw her at a convention. It must have been 16 or 17, maybe 2016, 17. And yeah, she's still quite pretty hot. You know, I can't remember her name though.
No.
Christina Loken. I don't know what she's been in, but yeah, I mean, the funny thing was she was sitting at a convention, and she was sitting there. Oh, was it her?
It was somebody else.
It might have been the woman, the one from from Stargate. There was like some hot woman in Stargate.
Oh yeah, I know who she is.
The one who
she's just got short hair, blue eyes.
No. In Big Bang Theory, where he's like wanking over in the bath or something, he's like getting ready to like wank over, and then her mum starts talking or something.
Oh, I can't remember.
Big Bang Theory, where Howard's like, and then he's like getting ready to do a wank over in the bath, and then all of a sudden the guy turns up.
No.
Oh fuck.
The blonde girl.
Yeah, it might be her actually. No, but
oh. she's aged well. She's probably like 20 years younger than her.
No, she's not. So I can't remember her name now. Jesus. Anyway, that story. No. Anyway, I think it was a woman from Stargate, and I think it was Michael Bain, and then next along with Carl Weathers, right? Carl Weathers had absolutely no one waiting.
Why?
No one, because the problem as well was he looked like a miserable cunt. He really looked like a miserable cunt, and he was sitting there. And my mate John is a massive Rocky fan, and even him was put off by going over to him because of how off-putting he looked. And then you had,
this is probably sad because nobody was there to get signings for him, man. That's quite a defeated. That's a horrible position.
But then Michael Bain was there, and he had like, I don't know, 10 people queued up or whatever, like steady 10. And then this other woman, she had like 30, 40 people queued up. It was quite a small event. And then she had a constant flow of that. And then Carl Weathers got up, fucked off, walked out, and then literally they done an announcement going, the 4:30, 4:30 speech by Carl Weathers has now been cancelled. We apologise for the inconvenience.
Oh, I would have gone seen Carl. I'd have been no problem. After dealing with David Prowse, that'd have been easy.
Oh yeah, Jay, that was great actually. I had to put that video up and I found it. The bus comes to you, yeah. Looking forward to the Snyder Cut. I'm not sure I'm going to be much better than the original movie. I'm looking forward to
much better already. Even just the clips look better.
I think the problem with the Snyder Cut is that thing about expectations. I mean, they're pumping this so fucking hard that it needs to be the best DC movie for it to be regarded as good. Because they're making it so like, oh my god, it's this, who's got that? And they're really pushing it so hard on social media that even if it's better than Justice League, I don't think people are going to go along with that. Do you know what I mean? Because of how much it's been pushed.
I actually think what's going to happen as a result of it coming out is that they're going to make another movie.
I hope so.
I think that's what's going to happen. I think Snyder will be given the opportunity to finish the vision and make another film with Darkseid and everybody in it. That's meant to happen.
Well, I hope so. I mean, I hope that's the case because I do like his movies. I mean, I like.
I'm more excited for fucking Godzilla and Kong, to be honest. But I mean, I am excited to see the Snyder Cut, but I'm pumped to see them two have a row.
Yeah, you know, like it's going to be so obvious. I mean, no one's going to.
Well, actually, they're saying that someone is going to win. That's what they're saying. They're saying someone is going to win. There will be a definitive winner. So if it's Kong, I'm gonna lose my shit. I swear to God. I saw a fucking thing the other day. Someone on Facebook put it, and there's like a gorilla, right? And he's sitting there with his hands out, like like a proper gorilla, the normal gorilla. And then there's loads of people like watching. Obviously, this gorilla outside. It's like look, and the gorilla, and then the caption reads, "Look, I'll do my best, but it's a fucking nuclear dinosaur." You know what I mean? I just started laughing my head off. I was like, that's perfect.
Yeah. All right, let me go through these comments now because I've lost track of them. So Liam is there. The bus came to Geo's. Yep, that's the classic NMK one. Geo's right. If a box has a bit of weight to it, people think it might be expensive. So sometimes a delivery driver will be more careful with it. It doesn't arrive like it's in a cement mixer. Yeah, I hope so. Yo, Alex and Geo, about to go to bed. Oh, man. I want to say hi as I haven. I'll rewatch this when I wake up. All right, take care, buddy.
God bless, man. Sleep easy.
Do you guys prefer strip or spotlight in your display cases and shelves?
Strips, personally. Spotlighting isn't. I've got spots like above, so it's all right. But in the cubes and the cases and things, I have strip lights.
I really fucked up my lighting, and what I did was I bought some stuff like because of the way I was doing my my collection, my setup. I didn't really have an idea of how big the collection was going to get, so I kind of bought an IKEA cabinet every time I needed one to display pieces. By doing that, all my lights are all over the fucking place, so I need to redo with them. So I have warm spotlights, I have white spotlights, I have warm strips, I have white strips, and if I could
really, your room needs gutting anyway.
Well,
to be honest,
if I could go back in time and know I needed, my problem is if I did that, I would buy so much shit to fill the shelves up over time, and it would have been worse. But
you're doing that now, so what's the fucking difference?
I would have literally. The worst part about it is I don't even need to get a carpenter in because it wouldn't be fun, but I could do that over a week with my dad, and we could have done kitted the room out to a pretty good standard without the glass fronts and things, but we could have done the shelves pretty well.
Yeah, but you could get the glass. You could get the glass fronts made. You could, I mean, James Pamplin can do that. He works with glass.
No. I'm just saying that the worst case about it is when we say well, you can get a chippy and a carpenter. You get him to do this and do that, and get the sparky and do this and do that. Yeah, I could have kind of just said to my dad, like, okay, we're going to do this and that, and we could have done it, but
should do it. I think you should do it.
Yeah. It's just that feeling of working with my dad for a week and not killing him is going to be quite tough.
Yeah, but the difference is you usually work for your dad for a week, and it's never to your benefit. This is different. You put up with shit if it's for your benefit. If it's not for your benefit, if you're building someone else's fucking cabinets, then you're like, yeah, fuck this, but it's for yourself. So at the end of the day, when it's all finished and done, you've got the display. So,
Well, I'll tell you what, George, right? Whenever you decide to take that Spider-Man bust to my house, right? And my dad's waiting there for you, yeah? You sit down and talk to him for 20 minutes, and then we have this conversation again, all right?
Yeah, but when you're working, just put some headphones in and say, look, I'm just going to listen to this podcast. I'll catch up with you in a few hours.
Best thing about when I was working with him is I got now, because he's such a fucking wind-up. Now, I know how to trigger him with like the least amount of effort. I can just trigger him with like a couple of words. I literally, all I do is I'll just ask him about someone, and he just fucking loses shit because there's people that really piss him off, and he's just like, okay. When we used to work on the house, it'd be like his mate, he used to complain, right? You'd have a routine, literally. You complain about his mate, Derek. You complain about my sister's husband at the time. And you complain about his brother-in-law. And then, so if I literally wanted to take the heat off myself, I'd go, and he'd be like, go on about for a fucking hour about how much of a cunt Derek is. And then he'd be going on about me going, what are you doing about this and this and that? What's happening with Sean then? And if you fucking go, one of the best ones. It was quite bad actually. I think I might have been talking to you on the phone. I'm literally on my phone, and I'm on the bench in the garden this summer, and I'm on that. And he sent me out to like cut some acrylic. So I'm on the phone, and I'm like, oh yeah. He comes out. He's like, where the fuck's that acrylic then? I'm like, hold on a second. What, Doris? And he's like, where the fuck's the acrylic? I'm on the fucking phone. Fuck off, Doris. Go have a cup of tea. Anyway, mate, blah, blah, and he just stood there. He was just like, he was quiet for the rest of the day that day, I'll tell you. That was fucking good.
He wanted to fucking kill you, man. That's why. He was thinking at that moment, he was looking at you. He's like, I could just fucking hit him with an axe and say I missed something. Do you reckon his mum would buy it?
Yeah, he was well pissed. But then I got like messages from my mum that night. So, what did you say to him? What did you say to him? What did you do? He's really upset. He is.
Yeah, I'm dealing. No, she's dealing with it, a poor girl. That's why.
So yeah, that's about strip lining. That's the one thing I've been saying. If I can this year, I want to wake up like I did when I was 10. Couldn't wait to get up every morning for cartoons. The Adventures of Superman was. The thing is, again, with the cartoons in the morning, right? It's the cartoon I never watched ever. I didn't. Whenever it came on, for some reason, I always turned it off. And it's probably the one that may have aged the best out of a lot of the stuff because I think it's more aimed towards adults anyway. Is the Batman animated series? I never watched.
Yeah, I was exactly the same.
You just used to turn it off and he's like, fuck that, you know. And I always preferred.
Fucking Batman, cunt that geezer.
I'm the biggest Spider-Man fan anyway. But,
spoiled rich boy.
But when I watched the X-Men recently, I tried to rewatch all of them. I rewatched Spider-Man recently, and I did watch the Batman. I think it's a Mr. Freeze movie, which is quite crap. But when I was trying to watch things back recently, the Spider-Man is well aged better than the X-Men. Aged much better.
But I think there's a little bit of a time lapse in that, though. I'm sure there is.
No,
I'm sure Spider-Man's a few years. Really?
No.
Shit, Jesus! I thought they were a few years after.
X-Men may have been 93, 94, but Spider-Man was 94. Yeah.
Oof, wow. Okay.
Stuck up Inferno. Says,
see, there you are. I thought you were 6'8" as well, 6'8", 6'9", but they've taken. I'm telling you, Marvel Wiki have taken a few inches off him now, so now he's a short Viking. He's not a Viking god no more. He's just a normal Viking guy. Average.
Do you know what you should do, right? Is you should check on your cards. Do you know those cards you got? Those old style cards. Check on those, right?
Oh, he's massive in them. I'm telling you, 6'8", 6'9" in them cards.
No, I'm telling you, compare the stats on those to the stats now, and I bet even like Spider-Man in your cards, I think he's like 5'7", 145, and then you go to now, he's like 5'10", 175. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think Spider-Man's 5'9" in my cards, 5'10". I think he is.
But he ain't 175. He's 150, 160, isn't he?
Might be. It might be lighter, but he definitely is like 5. He's definitely around that high. I'll definitely check it.
But 6'8" for Thor, I swear that one rings a bell with me because when XM made the Modern Thor, I was looking into it because they made him massive. And we were looking into the scales and things. And I think that Thor, I don't know if they did resize it, but it was going to be like 6'10" or something like that. But it still works for Thor because he's a comic. Definitely does. The characters that are big can be made big. The characters that, if you make them smaller, then you've got the problem. This is the whole debate about the Brimstone thing because you put it into an Avenger setup, and he looks smaller than Cap. He looks the same sort of size as Iron Man. That's not ideal. He's meant to be bigger than them guys. He's meant to be significantly bigger. Yeah, well, that's the thing. I mean, like the scales are all off anyway, and a lot of stuff. And again, as you say, you can get away with certain characters, but female characters are the worst. You can get away with male characters because if a male is like 5'9", 5'10", 5'11", whatever. I
still maintain though, you can't get away with it with Thor. If you've got Thor, Cap, fucking Iron Man, the Hulk, Hawkeye, all in one setup, and Thor looks the same size as Iron Man or Captain America, I think you've got a bit of a problem because he should be bigger than them fucking guys.
Yeah.
When I look at comic covers and look at comics, he's bigger than them guys. Only really Hulk is bigger. Other than that, he's the biggest fucking guy. You look at people like Alex Ross's art, and they're all standing together. Thor's massive. Fucking gigantic compared to a lot of them.
Yeah.
And Cap's a specimen for sure, but not Asgardian god specimen.
Good morning.
Morgan.
Good morning. That's a new name. What do you think of the P1 Fembok Batman? I think the price is high. It's higher for the XM Hulk as well. How much higher can prices go? I'm starting to feel the pinch. I think the problem as well is the fact that not just the companies you mentioned, with every company, the prices are going up and up and up. The problem I'm finding is being a UK collector, the shipping has gone absolutely
shipping's gone retarded, man.
And then on top of that, whatever the shipping goes up by, we then have to pay the tax on top of that as well. So that combination is not great. And then also we have to then factor in exchange rates and things. So when we started this hobby, the exchange rate was much more favorable. and the shipping was like $40. When I got my Lobo, I remember Lobo was $40 to ship Lobo and $40 to ship Dog. And it was, at that time, I'm pretty sure Sideshow had a blanket $40
shipping, yeah.
If you got a fucking book from Sideshow, it was $40. So you had a benefit, obviously, if you buy the bigger pieces.
Yeah.
With that in mind, that's not the case now. And it can be a couple of $100. The problem is back then, again, this was just discovery, is we would pay the $40, we pay 20% on top of that. So, the tax on the 40 would be $8. Now the shipping is $200, so you have to pay the 20% on that, which is 40 more.
Yeah, but it's not 20% on the shipping. If it was 20% on the shipping, it would be okay.
It's 20% on the shipping and the item.
Yeah. But so yes, but there's a difference between saying, okay, statue's $1,000, right? And you pay 20% on that, and then the shipping is $200, so you pay 20%. That's not the case. It's the 1,000 plus the 200, then it's 20% of the total, and that's what fucking kills us. So we'll do, in shipping in taxes on a $1,200, $1,300 spend, we're going to do £1,600, easy.
Yeah, both double.
Yeah.
So on a $1,300 piece, it's 260.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's expensive. That's big money. That's money for nothing as well. That's the problem. Shipping, it's got to get here, and then the item is the item, and you can understand that's what you're paying for, and you understand that it's in that location. I needed to get to this location. I need to pay to get it here. You understand this logic, but as soon as taxes come into it, and you think, "Fuck, I'm dropping 250, 300 notes. What am I dropping it on?" You think to yourself, fuck you. You know what I mean? You don't want to pay it. It's like you don't want to pay that.
Do you know what the reason is for it? It's meant to be to protect the local economy. That's the thing. It's meant to be you pay this tax on the item to protect the local economy. But
what happens if you haven't got a local economy for the things you're buying?
That's the point.
Is that all right?
They don't make that shit here, and most of the stuff, so that it's just the government getting money for fuck all, isn't it?
Money for nothing, man. Taking cream off the top of your fucking cappuccino, them cunts. I'll have that. Don't need any of that. Them chocolate sprinkles you wanted? Fuck them. I'm having those. Son of a bitch.
What about the little? You want the little fucking silhouette of the heart on there? Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Yeah. Fuck your heart.
Yeah. You know it.
We Survival Comics. We will talk about the actual Fanbook Batman. We have pictures of that.
I really dig it, man. I've seen the cover, and my boy Mikey Boy Wells has just picked it up, the pre-order. He couldn't wait for Sideshow. He got all itchy, trigger fingered, because I think it's Nick's fault. I'm blaming Nick. Nick was like, ordered that, and he was like, and he ordered it. And he just like, oh, shit.
I was like, I'm not even getting it. Actually, I did get involved. I made a comment about it, but yeah, it's fine.
So he couldn't wait, and to be honest with you, he's been buzzing about that for months, talking to me about it. So I'm really pleased for him, and I do really like the piece. I know that the scale on the house has been like critiqued, as in, oh my god, he's like standing on the baby's Wendy house. But to be honest with you, it does look like that in the artwork. So it is very hard to critique it too much. Huh?
Shut the fuck up, man. We're going to it later. It's all right. Calm down. We've got the pictures of it. My wife is a Dane and she's 5'9". Jesus. Are you taller or shorter than her? Like, that's the question.
Doesn't matter when you're laying down, son.
Friends forever. How's it going, lads? Hope it was good. There you go, Nick, just talking about him. Yo, lads. RaddTitan on YouTube and Shazam on TV. Sweet. I said
winning.
All the way through. Alex is really quiet compared to Gio, more than normal. Oh shit! You know what I forgot to do? Oh shit! Where is it? Oh fucking idiot! You. Oh fuck! Really? Is it going to be that bad? Oh man!
This is what happens when you put a whole bottle of rum into your coffee.
Testing.
I kind of like it when he's really quiet because I just like shower.
Why did you tell me I was quiet?
I can hear you fine. You're in my earphones, you silly cunt. I ain't got you on like normal sound. I got you here. You may as well be sticking your tongue in my ear from how I can hear you.
Okay. Get your tongue out my arsehole, love.
Get Gary in it. That's it. It's get your tongue out my arsehole, Gary.
Terminator 2 is better than Aliens. Agree with that.
Yeah, agree. I'd agree too.
Yeah, actually, Superman Kelly, thanks for pointing out the fact that I didn't have my fucking mic on. But the other day was worse because George was sitting on his mic. And he was going, and you can see him go, can you hear me? I'm like, no, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Oh, yeah. Fucking dick.
But at least I said, can you hear me?
It's only been 55 minutes. Jesus Christ. All right. Mine's Terminator 2, followed by The Terminator, followed by Toy Story 3 in that order.
Good boy.
Francisco. How's it all going? Hope you're doing well. Not too bad. Gio, an AC Milan fan. What did you think of the game? Oh, God, don't do
I thought we were really lucky, you know. I thought Man United were really lucky because I believed that, you know, AC Milan played better on the night, and I think they should have had. I think we should have lost. So I got a lot of fucking facts. The one thing about supporting Manchester United, the most horrendous thing, is the amount of plastic fucking fake fans that are in all of the social media elements of Man United that don't know fuck all about Man United or the club's history. So, you know, there's certain players that you just don't criticise. There's certain things people you just don't go after when you know the club inside out. You know, it's like an AC Milan fan going, that Paolo Maldini, what a cunt. You'd just be like, you're an AC Milan fan, you fucking joking. What's the matter with you? I had somebody the other day on the Man United group say that they hope that Harry Maguire got a serious injury so he couldn't play. And I'm just like, that's our fucking captain, you dirty, stinking, horse-strangling cunt. And I was just sitting there thinking about it, and you just think, Jesus Christ. But that's the problem with supporting United. Probably might be similar to you boys in Italy, because AC Milan is a giant of Italian football. I actually thought we did very lucky to come away with a draw. I know we scored first and we conceded very late, but I actually prefer the fact that we have to now go to Milan, and we have to, or wherever the game's going to be played, and we have to score. Now, I like that better than if we'd have won 1-0 and gone over to Milan and been like, you know what, just don't concede, like keep a clean sheet and we're through. I think we'd lose that game with that mentality. So this one is go there, score as many goals as you can, and let's see if they can score as many as we can. And I like that proposition. I really don't understand also why Diogo Dalot is allowed to play against his parent club with a loan deal. I don't think that should have been allowed. So that's a mistake on Man United's part. But anyway, best of luck in the next game next week. Hope we fucking thrash you.
Oh, you finished? Oh, good. When you get your budget cases, mate? In all honesty, I had a whole big fucking plan for my module cases. And one of the things that put me off is I was actually going to move at the time. And then I was looking into moving and stuff like that. So that delayed it. And then one of the other sides was I was looking at my kind of cabinets, and the wall space I have, the actual IKEA cabinets fit on the wall with no space either side. So literally fit on the wall perfectly. Same behind my door. Literally, the space is the perfect space it could fit. So that kind of delayed me kind of getting them. I do have one of the 120s, and I would like to expand on them definitely because you can fit so much more in. The space is so much better. So I'm hoping to get it at some point soon. I really will. Got my second set in order now. Whoop whoop! Congratulations. Hopefully you don't, there's no like attacks on your girlfriend when you're trying to set them up.
Yeah, that's it. Don't make us call the police, man.
This is Vigio. Go out and buy some super glue and glue cable back together.
Bless you, man. I wish it was that simple. I assessed all the breaks and things. It's just not fixable, I'm afraid. I thought about it. I thought about sending it off to be repaired, but there's so many little breaks and tiny little pieces, and there's all like dust as well from where it's like been crumbled into nothing. So, it obviously has been broken and rattled around in there for a while. Unfortunately, there was about 12 to 14 breaks, individual breaks on it, so it was almost in pieces.
It's a shame.
Appreciate that though, bro. I'll put it towards a beer instead.
Warm or white lights? What do you prefer?
White lights.
White.
I prefer my displays to look more like a shop fitting rather than sort of a house thing.
I like the option of being able to have, now with the way that LEDs are, you can have the variation where you can do what the fuck you want. I like that, but if I was to choose just the one option, it would definitely be white. Definitely. What we got here? So, warmer white, Stuck Up Inferno. When I was a kid, I dubbed Robinson Crusoe in black and white. It was the Sunday morning treat.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah. Liam, let's be nice about the third scale Magneto today. We'll get onto it. Football Batman is a must for me, and agreed. Being a UK collector, the prices are mad. Yeah, they really are. We're going to go onto those again.
It just means you're going to be more careful with what you're buying.
Shipping the Justice Buster to Belgium is $900. And then you got to pay tax on that, no? Hello. Yes, Gio. Drop the truth about the tax situation. Yeah, definitely. Yo, bros, it's 6 a.m. here. Over in Trinidad and Tobago.
Neighbours up. Swim with fishes.
Yeah.
Fucking love
yep. My collection would be twice the size if I could pay what the US and other countries do. US collectors, I mean, like when they complain about like when someone posts and go, I can't believe Sideshow would charge me $80 to get this statue. I just look at myself and I literally go like, you lucky cunt. You know, what the fuck are you complaining about? Really, you know. I didn't do shit. Yeah, as about him. Yeah, I've got the video proof.
Yeah, we got proof.
What's your opinion on the Prime 1/3 Lobo? So I don't think it's up to the standard of the prototype from the pictures we've seen from the first wave at all. And I think by speaking up about it is the only way he's going to get improved on that situation. If you gloss it over and say it's great and it's perfect, then they're not going to change it. And I don't think they did good enough on the first wave compared to what it looked like. The prototype
massively irresponsible. Massively, like beyond. And this is the problem now with QVC like reviews that we're getting, where basically people have loads of deals with companies and they're getting shit for free, or they're getting shit heavily reduced or a lot reduced, and they're doing reviews and they're glossing over shit like really serious issues. What happens is that people buy them, sales increase, companies are only interested in the numbers. So if something's selling, they think everything's okay. They don't have any problems. And then the standards start to drop as a result. So you've got to be very careful with the sort of things that you say. And it's really important. It's massively important that you don't just go, you know, this thing's wobbling in the fucking base. Or, you know what I mean? That you don't go, oh, it's a little bit of a wobble, but it doesn't really matter. You can't really tell when it's on there. It's not that bad. If you like, look, you've got to say, well, the engineering on this ain't great. You know, you've got to turn around and say, this doesn't look right. I'm a bit concerned that, you know, this would fall onto my child, onto my one of my kids, or it fall and break or whatever. You know, you're talking a lot of money here. You need to go over it with an objective eye and say, well, this is not good enough. That's not good enough. This isn't right. And you need to really hit them points home, because it's not just you being a bitch. What it actually is you saying to the company, you need to rectify these things, because these things are going to get slated, you know, later by people when they get them in hand. They're gonna complain. But once you've spent the money, it's more of a problem. So the Prime one, Alex is exactly right. He's spot on. So, you know, the Lobo, it needed to be addressed. It needed to be like, you know, it needed to be put out there that this is shit, and it isn't good enough compared to the prototype. And and as a result, because people have spoken up, thankfully, other people have spoken up and said, you know, I'm cancelling. They've talked with their wallet, and as a result, the Prime 1 have actually officially come out and said, we're looking into it. It was a very small batch of first wave. We'll fix it. We'll make it better. And that's all you want to hear. But if you make everything okay, if you say everything's great, that shit don't happen. And they go, oh, it's okay. And they send you all the crap. So it needs to be done. It's very important when you're reviewing a prototype or you're doing a sample production piece, especially that you rip that shit to bits if there's anything off, because they will not fix it if you don't address it.
Yeah.
They'll just leave it.
It's more of the fear that they're not going to get the next piece. That's the problem, isn't it? But the other side of it as well is, you know, I totally agree. And people think as well that we do it in a way to attack companies or to attack individuals. the truth of the matter is, it's not that at all. The truth of the matter is, we know that company or that individual can do better. I know that there have been times as well where there's been artists where we've said, "Oh my god, this," and people have gone, "Oh my god, you hate that artist. You don't like that artist." Just like, well, no, we actually do like the artist, but either the factory is not really presenting their work to the way it should be, or we know that artists can do better, and we think that that is an important thing to progress people, rather than telling them everything's perfect, everything's great. Then people just sit back and just like do bare minimum. That's what's going to happen. You need to keep pushing people to get them, make them better. You can't just keep saying everything's great, everything's great, everything's great. You can't do a fucking a show on your channel called Yes or No or Keep or whatever. Like a thing about if you should keep a piece or get rid of it or buy it or not. When every single piece is going to be yes. You can't do that. How can you have a segment on your channel that tells people, okay, I'm going to, like, you literally title it as if you're going to make a decision between yes or no. And every time it's yes. How can you have that? It's irresponsible. If you have a following of one member or 100,000 members or 200,000 or a million members, it's irresponsible either way. You have.
Yeah, but I think the higher number go, the more critiquing you should become. And I definitely think us as a channel, we have felt that burden much more as the numbers have gone up. We have felt that burden of Jesus Christ. We don't want to hear people say that they bought this based on what we said, and then they hate it, or it's fallen and it's hurt someone, or it's engineered back. We don't need that. We don't want that on our conscience. So at the end of the day, the more numbers you get, the more responsibility you should feel to be like, what, I want to lead these. And also, you've got to be very careful. If you have a deal with a company and you're getting in, let's say in an annual situation, you're getting in 100 pieces, and you're not telling people that that's the deal you've got going with certain companies, they then feel that they need to buy like you. They need to spend, and you're not spending that money. So they end up spending, getting into debt, getting into trouble, thinking that that's okay, that that's normal, like that's what everyone's doing. You're not doing it. Nobody can get in 100, 200 pieces a year. Nobody's paying that kind of money. It's like you have to be in a seriously rich level to be getting that. Like 100 pieces, 200 pieces a year. No, you must be joking. Fuck it. I saw the other day somebody had on their thing in 30 days, they had about 32 reviews of new pieces. And you think, fuck me. I mean, if they're averaging at $600-700, and they ain't, but let's just say that they are, that's 30 grand a month. You can't do that. That's like, who can spend that? Some people can, but you don't want the pressure going on to other people to be like, oh my God, I need to buy all this shit. I need to be in the in crowd. I need to be getting what everyone's getting. You need, like, when things come in, you've got to say, this has been said to me, I'm checking it out, this is what's going on. I need to call it straight. But at the end of the day, at the moment, it's getting very QVC out there. There's not enough critiquing. I don't feel it at the moment. I'm feeling that the smaller like people, the people that are like got fucking like 150 or 800 subs, they're the guys going, yeah, this could be done better, yeah, that could be done better. And they're the ones represented at the moment. I want to see more of that shit going on. I want to see some kick in the nuts from people going a bit crazy at shit and saying that things need to change and improve. Yeah. That's what I want to see.
I think I think things are going back to how they were when we started doing it.
Yeah.
I think that's the problem.
Sad, though. Sad.
Yeah. And now
also as well, bearing in mind, I'm just going to say this out right now, that the reason why we know that deals have been had is because we were offered the deals. So before anybody starts thinking, how do you know, we were fucking offered? Yeah. We were offered deals by companies. If we stopped talking about customs and sharing them on our group and banned anybody that did, we had a nice little earner going with Sideshow that they were going to do for us. We turned it down. So we know fucking what's going on. So before anybody even starts to think there's against anybody in particular, it's not. It's just about the collector in itself. Standards will start to drop. Things will start to go south if people don't really start kicking the shit out of things that are substandard. And it's nothing personal. I've got nothing against Sideshow. I've got nothing against XM. But I care more about the people that are getting stuff in, the people buying and spending their hard-earned money on their items. I care more about them than to do about the company's hurt feelings. And that's the point. If it hurts your feelings, I don't really care. If you think I hate Last Level or Sideshow or anything like that, then you're mistaken. It's nothing personal. It's just I don't want people to get shit stuff in. So if something comes out like that Lobo and it isn't great on the first wave, you tell them, they correct it, and the people that have spent thousands of dollars on this piece, hopefully they're happy, and it's all a big win. But once it starts being that that's not the case, we've got problems again. And we did have it for a while where standards, I think it was around 2015 to 2017, the standards were really bad. And then fan art stuff started to really get good, because the standards of license really went down. And fan art really
there was a lot of stuff with the licenses where they were like, oh, we can't do that because of engineering, and we can't do this because of this, and we can't do that because the factory can't replicate the paint and whatever else. And then the fucking custom guys are doing it and making them look like they're talking shit, basically.
Yeah,
so
yeah. Definitely.
But now it's there is an element of now the actual license companies have got better, and
much better,
now the actual because of the level of unlicensed companies has kind of gone downhill a lot. Now, I mean, like there are the odd project that looks absolutely fantastic, but the problem is now is they sell their fucking projects from a render. So you literally buy it from a render before there's even a prototype in place. And now, it's not, they don't deliver it. And there's no recourse to that. You've already got 5 pre-orders with them. It's fucked. Yeah. So. And
also that's also really hard to sort of, you have to have 3 projects to be in our group, or you need to have bought 3. I mean, that's where's that come from?
That guy's
how the fuck is anybody getting away with that? Where you have to have numerous pre-orders, otherwise you can't get involved in business. I mean,
no, that guy's gone now. But the problem with that is people invested in his company, and basically he took a lot of money off people, and then he went, "Sorry,
done with this.
I'm done now."
But we've got that projects. As well, man. That's happened recently.
No. But with him, it was like I'm handing all my projects over to this cheap ass factory who aren't going to deliver what I went out to do. I used to do all my projects with Onage. They used to look absolutely amazing. Now they're all going to go to this shitty factory, and they're not going to be as good. But hey, I'm not in the hobby anymore. I'm not in the industry anymore. Bye. They took all the money, charging like $2,000 for a fucking kit. Do you know how much it cost to print a kit? Like some of those kits that he did that were museum pose, those Silver Surfer ones. They cost like $350 to print. They cost fuck all to print, and to do that and charge that much money, and people going, I want it before I even see it, because you did a good one before. It's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. These fucking cables won't fucking tangled up in it. Jesus Christ! Every time,
I mean, it's like peaks and troughs, man. Peaks and troughs in this game. You just want fucking sort of like people to sort of, fan art things need to calm down a little bit, man, as well. Jesus.
Yeah.
It's gone all a bit fucking crazy. Their prices are fucking nuts.
The prices have gone absolutely insane. As I say, I mean, like, to print an unpainted kit, and they charge you $100 less, I think, is for a kit than an actual painted one most of the time. And it's just like, okay. And then the amount they charge you for for an unpainted kit is just obscene. It's just like, even if you factor in, whatever you factor in as an unlicensed company, you are not paying licensing costs, which is the biggest cost. Unlicensed pieces shouldn't cost more than a licensed piece.
No.
It should never cost that. Even if there are 50 being made, it should never be more. It never should cost more. Ever. And it's bullshit. And they're all making lots of money, and they're all taking your money, making out like you're friends. They're not friends. They're just trying to make fucking money. You got some custom guys who literally have 60 projects on the go. You know what's going to happen? If you've got that many projects, they're getting shut down. They're going to take your fucking money. They're getting shut down. They're going to get a cease and desist letter, and they're going to go, oh, Marvel told me to stop. Sorry. They ain't giving you your money back. And they're going to go, well, I already paid the factory. Sorry. The same kind of thing with all that, like Danny Hines bullshit and all those other things, when they point their finger at some other person. You know,
it just rebounds off everyone, doesn't it? It's sort of like a vicious circle where nobody sort of anyone know what basically the money's gone anyway. That's the way it works. I gave it, you know, you give the money to me. I give it to Alex. Alex gives it to the factory get broken, and I'm like, well, I gave it to Alex, and Alex is like, well, I gave it to the factory. And then who's the factory that you're going to talk to get your money back? Oh, well, don't know.
Well, no,
one you can talk to now, so you're fucked.
No, it's not even that. It was more like, you know, we start RaddTitan Customs. We basically make a Thanos versus Silver Surfer. 50 people give, you know, $500 to Geo. 50 people give $500 to me, and then it goes tits up, and I go, Geo took the money, not me. I gave him my money.
Alex took the money. Alex took the money. No, it was Alex, man. Right. So Alex, I gave it all to Alex.
Oh, man. All Geo.
How easy is that, isn't it?
2 weeks later, I'm starting up Radd Customs. I'm going to do a Silver Surfer. Anyone in?
Yeah, it's true. It's so true. It's alarming, but so true. It's amazing how easy it is, isn't it?
Yeah. It's amazing how many people go, yeah, I'm in, bro. I can't believe how much of a cunt Geo was to you. Geo was such a cunt. Yeah, man.
I know.
Me and Geo are fucking sitting in the fucking Maldives drinking fucking margaritas. Fuck you, man.
Them stupid cunts are like, cheers.
Oh man, I've actually made this cable. I've been trying to untangle this.
Right, let's keep going through the comments, man, because this is not an indefinite situation.
All right.
We went on a little rant.
All right, so
laid some slabs.
Stuck up on photo is 6'3".
My man.
Way back. Everyone is too nice to say anything. Everyone's too nice because they don't want to miss out on something else. That's the problem. That's the problem with the whole situation. The situation with Geo and myself is we could have, if we played along, we played ball, we'd probably have like 10 times more followers or subscribers if we said everything was fantastic. You know, but
and we'd have our deal with Sideshow, and then we'd have our deal with loads of customs, and then we'd have our deal with, you know, and then we'd just bounce from one to the other. So we'd start off having our deal with customs and just basically paying for shipping, which is a lot of what these deals are. Just pay for your shipping, statues free, do the review, and then basically you have all them deals. Then you get in bed, your subs will go up. Then you get in bed with a bigger company, and then they offer you a deal as long as you get rid of the other one. And then so you get rid of customs, you go to XM and you share all their shit, only their shit, get all their shit for free, which, I mean, or you go to Prime 1 and you do that, or you go to Sideshow and you do that, and then you just keep moving on, bounce along. As long as your numbers go up, as long as your pieces increase, and then you sell them on the side, you know, via eBay or from some other places, you're making a bunch, man. And it's not a stupid bit of business. It's a smart bit of business. There's nothing wrong with doing it if that's what you want to do. But just make sure that when shit's coming in, you're calling it straight. That's all that matters. As long as you're calling it straight and you're highlighting the shit as much as you're highlighting the good stuff, then it's all fine. But if you're glossing over the shit and you're really talking about the good stuff, then you're fucking QVC network. Yeah. That's what it is. Because clarity is poor. But moving on. Color is poor. Moving on.
Engineering is
fine.
XM is known for doing fringe characters, but I've noticed a lack of ethnic characters. Low-hanging fruit is Black Beat. I don't know Black Beat. Blade Bishop would be nice to see a black Superman and a Wonder Woman Nubula.
Man, definitely agree on the Blade. I want to see. I would love to see who's Black Beat.
I don't know. Bishop is definitely missing, and I don't know. Maybe there is a company doing that. I can't talk about that right now. But again, I mean,
hang tough, man. Hang tough. It may come.
Blade is going to come now with the new movie deal. There will definitely be a Blade. I mean, I'm not saying that from.
Dude, was there a black Superman?
I think they did it recently. There was a black Superman recently.
I was going to say, fucking, what's my white privilege? I was going with Clark Kent. Is that what it is?
They did one recently, yeah. Good morning, Rich.
Yo!
Let me get through these comments. Namor, at 6 a.m. here, the kids have Krav Maga. Oh, wow. Swimming, gymnastic lessons in that order.
Yeah, my kind of kids.
I'll try and hang on a little
bit. Get it.
Damn, man. Very active.
Get it. Look at that, man. Kids all in the world.
Rich, Cheers, buddy. Good morning, and I hope you're having a good weekend.
God bless you, man. Thank you very much.
Bro. I've actually finished my drink. That's why I'm getting a bit irate.
Yeah.
As long as it's not towards Gio, we're good.
Always good.
Oh, fuck, I just skipped all the way to the top there. The Kamichi. Yo, got you live watching from Sydney. Good to see you. Good to see you, bro.
God bless, man.
Nick Chesh, yo. Glad to have you boys back for the collectors chat. Yo. I hear shades of BSC. Everything can't be awesome. Perspective and discernment go a very long way in this game.
Yeah.
I think there is also a big factor of the thing is that I would never agree to do a booth tour or a room tour like the guy from Prime 1. I will never do that. And I feel that...
Well, I saw your video. I was really proud of you, the one you just recently done. You called loads of things shit. Loads of things.
I think that there is a huge and an important factor of the fact that if you go around a booth or a display of 50 statues and you say everything's perfect, everything's great, there's no credibility. And I'm never, ever going to do that for XM. I'm never going to walk around a booth and say everything is amazing. I'm always going to go around. I'm going to go, these are the pieces I love. These are the pieces I like. These are the pieces I don't know anything about, but I still like this and this. And this needs work. And I'm always going to be that way. And I'm not going to change on that. And you know, I think there's an importance to that for credibility. You know, if I say something is good, I would like to think that people believe me, you know, and, you know, there is a thing to that. If I don't like something, I'm going to say it. And I just think that you can't, as I say, the guy from Prime 1, who I don't think is there anymore, he went around his tour going, oh my God, here is the great whatever piece. Here's the great this. Here's the great that. Here's the amazing this. Oh my God, here's the perfect that. You know, there's no belief. I think I muted him after like a minute because I was just like, yeah, I'm like, this guy's full of shit. Mute. you can't do it. And and also, you know, sorry, from the other side of that, from my point of view of working for XM, to do that is so it's hard. Do you know how hard it is to say everything's great? I can't do it. I'm not an actor. I think he went off to be an actor actually, but I
oh wow, okay. So somebody saw that video and go, we need him. He's positive. Let's get him.
If I say something is great and I don't believe it, I'm pretty sure you're going to tell that I'm talking shit. I'm not very good at lying. So for that, I don't think it's worth even trying. I'm not a good liar. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, Gio, do you mean like reviewing a character done by two companies? One has one piece win over the other and then sell that one and keep it the lesser one?
I mean exactly that. I fucking mean exactly that. But I also mean is that what I mean is that whatever you got to do, man, you've just got to say it how you really feel it is. And I feel, and this has been the problem with us from the beginning, right? Is that whenever we've sort of ever met with anybody or anybody's come and approached us and said, can you do this? We love your stuff. We want to get better as a company. We want to improve. So we trust you. Like companies like Connecticut's. Companies like Connecticut's, for example, are that kind of company. They contact us. They've said to us, we want to send you a prototype. Tell us what you think. And we say X, Y, Z. And we say, this is good. This is great. Needs more of this, needs more of that. This is, you know what I mean? And they listen. They don't get upset. They don't then go, oh, we're not sending you the next prototype. Oh, we don't, you know, well, they don't.
You're not the one delivering the message, though.
Oh, are you? So yeah, it's just if Pete, and we have had it before where people have said that initially, and then they say, "Oh no, you know, can you please just mention the bullet points and say that this is really good and that's really great?" And then we're just like, "No, we can't do that."
Talking about
and then it all goes south because as soon as you start trying to move you in a particular direction, if you try and do that, then we're just going to shut you down and just be like, "Nah, fuck yeah," and we'll just say whatever we think, and then you'll just go after us on social media and attack us, which has happened numerous times. It's fine.
I mean, talking about this comment here, I love Jem. Jem is an awesome guy. I've had a beer with Jem, but the thing is which made me laugh the other day, is I saw a comment that got bumped up from a year ago, and the comment was about legendary display cases. And Jem was saying, I prefer Legendary display cases. They're better in whatever way. And this was from a year ago. And then a year later, it was a comparison. Would you prefer module case or Legendary display?
Right.
And he was going, I prefer Legendary display. A year ago, he did a video on Legendary display. A year later, he gets his whole room out in module cases.
You gotta love him, man. You gotta love him.
Yeah, it just made me laugh when I saw it the other day. I own 7 pieces and been collecting 3 years. Well, I mean, Nick, if those 7 pieces are the pieces you want and you're happy with, then great. I've collected probably over the 7 years, I've collected like over 200 pieces and probably about 189 of those I don't want. So yeah.
Listen, if you have the control and you know what you like and you don't budge from that, you stay within your remit. There's no, like I said to many people before, a good friend of mine, like I speak to regularly, Mike Wells. He got really tired of this exact thing, like we're talking about. He felt that he couldn't trust a lot of the things he was being shown, and that it wasn't objective enough. So he just like quit social media completely and nearly fell out of collecting. Now anybody that knows Mike Wells knows that he is the most fucking fantastic fucking guy. He's a lovely, honest, couldn't do enough for you, straight-laced guy, right?
You got a message about him the other day.
Yeah, and he is just the loveliest cat. And we can't afford to lose people like that in our hobby. And we've lost loads. Loads have gone because of this. Loads have just gone, fuck this, and jumped out of it. Prices and the fact that now it's all gone a little bit stale. And, I was talking to him, because he's a friend of mine outside. I met him through collecting, but he's a friend outside of here. And I said, I don't care if you never buy another statue, man. You'll always be welcome in RaddTitan, and we'll always be talking. It doesn't matter what you buy or what you own. It's not important. It really isn't. What's important is that you meet good people in this game. That's what matters the most, Try to meet people, try and make your world bigger, try and make your knowledge bigger. It's all benefit, it's all a benefit.
Yeah. I actually got a comment from him the other day. Someone was talking about WandaVision, Redder, actually. And he was talking about like Mephisto and whatever else. And I actually said, oh, no, he sent me a picture of the special art of Mephisto. And I said to him, oh, actually, I just bought Mephisto for Mike Wells. And he actually said, oh, I've seen him in your videos and he looks like a really nice guy. And I said, yeah, Mike is a super nice guy. George and I give him a fucking hard time. When we meet up with him, we rip the shit out of him all the time. But Mike is awesome. Mike is a really good guy. So they're talking about Nick now. So Collector called him out his views and said there's too much negativity in the community. He wants to do the positive approach. That was the thing about he does a channel called Good or Bad, and everything's good. And he made another video because someone called him out on the fact it was always good. And he goes, well, I want to spread positivity to the collecting world. And it was a bit like, then you can't do a good or bad video then. No. You can't do a good or bad video if it's always good. Because then your excuse for not doing it. Why
can't you just express your opinions on it in a positive way? That's going to be, you're not going to buy it, but these are good things and these are bad things. Or can you not? You're not allowed to say what the negative parts are? Anyway, they don't fucking care. The point is,
as long as things are constructive,
Yeah, I think you can be positive about. I mean, we're not. I've got to be honest with you. We're not positive about the negative things. We're really like when things are great, we sing, we dance, we're jumping, we're shouting from the rooftops how good something is. When it's bad, we're fucking smashing it with a hammer bad. And I think that's just the nature of the way that we are. I think that when you're passionate in that kind of way, that's how it goes a little bit. I mean, you've seen me when things are bad; they're really bad. I mean, there's no turning me around.
Can you? Shameful plug here. Check out the X-Force Deadpool video and skip halfway through towards the end of it. And yeah, you'll see Gio very negative.
It's how it goes, I guess. But that's real because
I find it difficult. I mean, again, if you're going to be a positive channel, you'll be a positive channel. But you can't do yes or no or a yay or nay or don't get or don't get when everything is yes. That's just irresponsible. I don't know. Back on Geo, the amount of channels with 20 or 30 pre-orders at 1.5k pop is irresponsible. RaddTitan's big drop form, temporary, class is permanent. Yeah,
I just this is my feeling. Okay, I know people.
I'm just going to get a drink.
All right, I know people, right? Like people in this hobby that have had to leave it because they've got. It's an addictive hobby. It's addictive. It can be it's like you get a piece in. Some people get a piece in, and then like within a couple of days, it's like the next one, the next one, the next one. And I know people, I have friends that have fallen out of this hobby that have gone because of money things. I know other people who've got into serious debt trying to keep up with other things and channels, and that includes us, right? That includes us. They are. I'm showing you something, right? I'm showing you something. I'm saying to you, this is what's good about it. This is what's bad about it. Okay. I'm influencing you one way or the other. There's no lie in that. I'm doing exactly the same thing everybody else is doing. There's no difference between RaddTitan and any other people, apart from the fact that when people come to us and want to do a deal with us and they say, this is what it's going to cost you to get in bed with us, we always say no. That's the only difference, because whatever we're going to do, if it's good, we're going to tell you. If it's bad, we're going to tell you. And sometimes we've been really harsh. We had a deal with Icebreakers Designs in theory that was going to be every piece they made, they were going to send us. Every fucking piece. And they make loads of pieces. Every piece they've ever made, they were sending. They sent us one piece. We reviewed it. We absolutely slam dunked the shit out because it was junk. And then as a result of that, it was a bit of a backlash on social media and we were attacked for it. And that's absolutely fine. I've got no issues. But that's the problem. You know, it's going to come in and that's where it's going to go. And I have a little bit of a sleep at night policy. I don't want anybody thinking that I can afford to buy, you know, these many pieces a year. I have a bit of just a slight issue with that sort of being relayed. Are you thinking that me, the job that I do and what I do, that I can afford that kind of thing? I just can't, right? I can't afford to have, you know, I've done it where I've done like maybe 15 pieces a year. That's a lot, you know, and that's with me selling, getting a little bit of profit from sales or using that money to buy other things. I've done things like that. But we've always tried to use other people's pieces, other reviews, other people sharing their stuff. If we can get that to share with you, then that's great. I can't show you that I've got 60, 70 pieces in a year. And you think that you've got to do the same. I'd feel like shit about that. You know, I just would feel a bit shit about it. I think it's an addictive hobby, and it needs to be addressed. That needs to have its day where people understand that this collecting can be very addictive, and you will go out and spend and buy, and you'll get into debt, and you use your credit card, and you'll be like, I need to get this because it's amazing. And you just got to be careful. I just think, you know, I think you've got to have a little bit more of a responsibility in that regard. I think everybody needs to.
Yeah. I mean, I think when we started, I was like not stupid enough or not irresponsible enough to get into debt. And, but at the beginning, I mean, I was spending a lot of money. I used a lot of my savings. And
that's just as bad, dude.
Yeah, I know.
That's just as bad. That's just as bad as getting into debt. You're using your money, that's fine, which is a bit better, but still. That the hobby grabbed hold of you. You bought loads of pieces, and you did them so you could review them, and it's dangerous. And it needs to be. I think
that was the thing, is it was addictive to collect them and to have that feeling of opening that new piece up. But
reviewing it, getting together with me, having a laugh, doing the video, all of that. It's all part of the addiction. It's not just the buying.
Hey, didn't you want to hear that coming from my mouth?
No, you can't.
Do you want to say it?
You could say it.
And the feeling of the reviewing and going to see Gio and spending time together was magical. But no, it was all. I mean, like, you know, when we started again, and I like that when you see new channels, I like to see that, you know, that feeling of we kind of had when we started. You know, you can see it in new channels. And I guess when you start to do it for a long time, and you realize that, you know, this video is going to make $1 on YouTube, and I've just spent like, you know, $50 to get to Gio's house in a taxi and to rush after work, and I've left work early, and this and that, and then you start like breaking. Like, no, it's not all financial, but I'm just saying that you start to try and You know, you start breaking it down a bit, like in a way, and you're like, oh my God, if I do this next week, it's still the same video. And maybe it's a better video because I actually am not stressed from leaving work. And
yes.
Sure. So now we try and do it in our own time and try and make it so it's more, you know, it's not
objective.
Rushed. And also sometimes when you do the unboxings as well, you miss a lot of things.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess after with time, you know, I still wish we were doing as more videos. I still wish we were meeting up every week and whatever else. But you know, you can't let it get in the way of your life. And you know, there is, you know, even you know, elements of the channel and other things. You can get addicted to the social media side of things as well. You can spend all your time on social media. There's an element of that which probably, you know, cost me my last relationship in some ways. You know, because I was always online.
I agree with you. Yeah, I definitely do. But it's just having the heart to admit it. And basically, if you can, you need to try to keep it in a hobby perspective, because most of the people watching are.
Yeah.
Don't spend money you don't have. Don't fucking watch every video and believe every word that's told to you. Just think to yourself, do you know what? If you see something and you're looking over your own eyes, you know, and you think this is the answer, then by all means, you've got the finances, buy what the fuck you like. But try and do it responsibly. Try not to get into trouble, because we lose too many guys. We lose too many good people.
The other side of it as well is, I mean, you know, not really about context, but don't take this out of proportion or whatever else. I mean, the guys who we probably mentioned, like Jem and Chris, are two of the guys who I would definitely have a beer with out of all the hobby. There are so many guys who we don't mention as much because we don't care. That's the side of it. You know, if you don't mention them, it's because you don't care about them. So there is that as well. So I mean, like with Stephen Small, we would have Stephen Small on this channel. We've had him several times. We invited Chris, I think 4 times, and he turned us down every time. But we invited him, you know, and I think his son at a baseball game. He's not. He doesn't like us, I hope. But the side of it is, like, you know, we probably give companies and people more jip when we respect them more than the people we don't. If we don't respect a company, we're not going to talk about them. If we don't respect a channel, we're not going to give them the time of day. So I guess it's that kind of thing about when you abuse your friends more than the people you don't care about, if that makes sense. Like,
of course.
I'll call George a fucking cunt or whatever, but I still love him. But you know, I love him more than most people on the earth.
Oh, you big softy.
Yeah. I think
I'm going to get you a rainbow Costa. You know, it has rainbow.
Yeah. I think that bottle of rum has kicked in. Fuck.
Yeah, this is why you shouldn't drink.
Anyway,
you're the one that keeps things but you're the one that keeps things more sort of light and jesty. If you get drunk and you leave me to go, it'll be bad.
That's the point again with the certain individuals in the hobby, and we talk about whatever. You know, out of all the people who have actually excelled in the way they have, you know, we've had Jem on this channel, I don't know, 3-4 times, whatever it's been. I met him. I actually went out drinking with him. We both got really drunk, and you know, he's a great guy. He's a really good guy, and he's actually shown, given the hobby a lot of positive views and things like that. So you know, there's nothing bad about Jem. I love Jem, and Chris as well. I don't have a bad thing to say about Chris. He's one of the nicest guys in the hobby. I could give you my top 10 cunts in the hobby if you really want one day. I'll write it down. We'll do a video on that. But no. Anyway, let's go through these comments. Stuck from Inferno. Yay, said indeed. I've stopped listening to certain collectors' channels because of the same reason. I feel that they're not critical enough of pieces, need to be serious critique. It's the money as well. It's a lot of, these pieces are like closing into like a month's wage for some people. You know, they're getting crazy. Annie, thanks guys. Love your honesty. Wish more channels were like you. Cheers, bro.
They wouldn't be doing as well if they were.
Yeah. The other side of it as well is, right, the last argument before I get through these comments. The other argument as well is, one of the things is, if we say a piece is crap, from Sideshow is a good example just because of volume. If you say a Sideshow piece is crap, you have to remember that they normally have an edition size of 9,000. So you've already just pissed off 9,000 people who bought it if you say so.
Yeah, we only have 14,000 subs.
Yeah.
we could lose about 80% of them in one video.
Yeah. Gordon, I'm not talking about Fanbark. We're going to go on to that. The Factory channel isn't the biggest; it's still sacrilege. Yeah, I mean that's the thing. People love positivity, and
I love positivity too, but unfortunately, the world isn't just one-sided. And you got to kick some ass a little bit.
Hopefully, they'll add them. Talking about the Fanbark thing. If custom run exceeds 10 pieces, it's no longer fan art, and it's criminal act exploiting the hard work. Yeah, you have
a debate. You have definitely a point.
I mean, I think that there is argument for a couple more pieces, but I think as well as certain characters, there's certain. It's not black and white. There is a lot of grey. There's loads of grey. Obviously, if you do more than one, it's classed as illegal. So if you sell it for profit, it's illegal. So the Flying Welshman just tuned in. Hope it was okay. Wondered if you guys think on the new Queen Studios Thanos compared to Thanos on Throne. Gio just sold this. Do you want to go into that?
I just sold my pre-order. Yeah, I just don't collect. I got it sort of again. Like I said, I'm just as guilty of doing the things that I'm saying to you to be careful of. I've made the same mistakes. I saw it, seen loads of pictures of it, seen everybody hyping, talking about it, and then when the price dropped, I was really surprised by the price. I thought it'd be a lot higher, and I think I jumped in mostly based on the fact that it was a lot cheaper than I thought it would be. But I'm actually really lucky because I got my pre-order with Anton Wu, and when he saw the video of me saying that I would sell my pre-order if someone wanted it, he messaged me back and was like, "Dude, I'll give you your money back, no problem, no issue." And I think that's a really classy guy. I have to be honest. I know that he can sell that on for more money, but before I'm not ignorant to the fact that could be possible. But I think him saying that to me, like, dude, no worries. He was just like, I'll take it, and I think that's just classy. I think he's a classy guy. So fair play.
I met him in person a couple of times, and he's the one who bought me the cake and the T-shirt to give you, and I then never give it to you.
Yeah, I'm sure that was the case. You don't give things to Alex to give to me; they'll never find their way to me. And if they do, they'll be in worse shape than when you gave them to him. That's for sure.
Especially if it's not food. Jesus, man.
Yeah, don't give him food. He's definitely going to eat that. The fuck. But yeah, so yeah, he did that. I only sold it because I was like, you know what? I don't want to go down the movie route. I'm running out of space as it is. I've already got too many pre-orders. And I ain't got many. I've got like the XM Doomsday. I've got the Sideshow Dark Side, and I've got the Tweeter Heads Hordak, which I still haven't heard anything about. Should be shipping this month. And then I'm thinking about picking up the XM Colossus, and it's going to leave me in fucking short on money. That's for sure if I buy this Colossus. So I'm sort of going to go through the details with Alex later and see where we can get to on it. But
I've got the Queen Studios Thanos on offer still, and I sold my Sideshow one. I do like the Queen Studios one, but
looks fantastic.
I might sell mine off, to be honest with you. I've got to a point where I was looking at it the other day and I'm thinking to myself, do I really have that much space for things? I don't. I don't have a lot of space for things, and I've just bought in like literally since lockdown. I had one Bowen bust, which is funny enough the cable which George just received. And I had the cable for ages. I had a few before. I had like 15 before, which I sold off ages ago. And over the last year, I bought over 50 of them. So, yeah, they're very addictive. And they take up not much space, but I'm actually having a lot more fun collecting them than the bigger statues.
But that's what it's about, right? It's not about dropping big bucks, is it? As long as you're happy, it's cool.
It's like, I mean, stuck on the phone, I've been talking to him about it and stuff, and it's that like little hunt of trying to get them, and there's a lot of them around, but still, even though there's 6,000 of one of those busts, they're still quite hard to find some of them. And it's just like, fun of getting them in.
But they've been around a long while as well, It's a long while.
The oldest one I saw dated was 98, I think, was one of the Spider-Man ones. So
Sweet.
Yeah, they've been around for a while, yeah. So anywho, Jamie, good morning, guys. It's 5 a.m. collectors chat. You guys are about 12 hours too early. Damn.
Sorry, man.
Ross, good morning.
Morning.
Tyler, evening, gents. At a barbecue and beer notes, your live suite. Mentioned
Welcome,
you earlier,
man.
Tyler.
Should have invited me. I fancy a steak.
Yeah. Just seen the Core Scale Supergirl. Another in the face for 1/6 collectors. Well, I think XM are doing the 6 scale as well. Matthew, what you're saying is very much true. Like only collect Street Fighter pieces and now PCS, and their quality or details okay. 1/3 Sagat is A+, but everything else is okay. Sideshow still makes amazing stuff. The 1/3 Sagat is ridiculous.
Really
I've
nice.
seen it in person. Yeah,
PCS
really,
makes some good gear, man.
The thing about
PCS makes
PCS
some good
now
stuff.
is, the new guys taken over. They've got their court case behind them. They've got some great pieces coming, and I think it's onward and upwards. I hope it is.
I hope so, because they're like a cornerstone of the collecting when I started. They were the other company. It was Sideshow, and then it was PCS. That was it. They were the main guys. So you don't want to lose. You don't ever lose those. That's for sure.
Love the integrity, guys. That's why I tuned in. Yes, there's 2 black versions of Superman from 2005.
Shit,
is that
really?
When, no, Death of Superman was in the end of the 90s, wasn't it? I missed that. Sorry.
Tell me their names, man. I had to check this shit out. I was wondering why Matey Boy was being labelled up. What's his fucking name? Jordan. B. Jordan?
Oh, Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, Michael B. Jordan. Yeah, they were saying might be the new Superman. And I was like, yeah?
I liked him in Black Panther, but I didn't like him in Creed. Anyway,
did you like anyone in Creed? Film's fucking terrible.
Apparently, he got knocked the fuck out by that guy, didn't he?
I'm not surprised. Well, they say like he takes real. They do say in the film they take real shots. He got knocked out by He got knocked out by a real fighter. He got knocked out by.
Apparently, he said in an interview where he was being a bit full of himself and a bit arrogant because he was like training and whatever. And then he was just like, yeah, give me a little hit, and joined the training. The guy.
I was a cruiserweight champion of the world. He's one of ours. He's English. I'm trying to remember his fucking name now. I can't remember his name. He's a Brummie. Fucking good fighter as well. Tidy.
That's very negative statue reviewer. No. Apparently the second one he got done by that big guy. Very negative statue review would be a breath of fresh air. Would be hardly discussed statue A, and we have the hardly discussed statue A with horrible statue B, and even my mother-in-law looks better than the statue.
Yeah, go watch our Icebreaker design pitch and get that review if you want to see it.
Yeah. Gordon Ramsay style, yeah.
What is this shit?
Less is more, in my opinion. You get better impact when you can display it properly and have great pieces than quantity. I agree as well, because I've been to many statue collections and stores, and I think it's important to have things spaced out. I went to a lot of stores in Bangkok, and the Toy Kings one for XM and the Dojo store for Prime 1 are nicely spaced out where you can walk along, and there's one, and you can kind of, as you're walking along, you can appreciate each one individually.
Yeah. It's just hard. It's very hard for people with that kind of space, though. But then you go. At the end of the day, if you're talking about how it looks to certain views, that's one thing, and I completely understand and agree. It's definitely to my more minimalistic taste. But as space gets tighter, you do compromise on that quite a lot.
I know. Problem is, there's a lot of stores where they're not, and they've got like.
Yeah, I'm sure there are.
Even like levels of it where. And you've got levels of it where you've got like 3 rows of them in front of each other. And
how many fucking pictures have I got? I've got to get out of it soon. It's nearly 2 hours and we ain't even seen a photo yet. What the fuck?
Guys, stop talking. Let me go through the comments and then we'll go on. I agree, fortunately. Okay, Mr. X's saturation display. He's actually tidied up his stuff well a lot now.
Yeah, he's got like an office and shit, innit?
Yeah. RaddTitan and XM Batman Hush have fired me up for collecting again. Shit pieces, too expensive, and the bullshit merchants turned me off. One quality piece and honesty and integrity have me buzzing again. Awesome.
God bless you. God bless you.
I was looking at some of his comics today. You sent him my way, didn't you, this guy? And he contacted me today about some comics, and basically sold all his fucking comics last week. So, he sent me a list of like, I sold these last week, but I've still got these left. I'm like, well, you should contact me last week then, shouldn't you? You completely agree. My mind was blown when you see people getting 300 statues a year, completely sitting on top of them on the floor. Yeah, crazy. Enjoyed meeting other collectors and talking about the passion and the hobby just as much as acquiring new pieces. That's one of the things about this hobby which we Really did enjoy. We enjoyed doing the meetups, and once all this COVID bullshit is done, we have some big plans coming. And when those big plans happen, meetups all round. Trust me. Let me go for the
meeting up every day.
It's like the Elephant Man doing a hot or not video.
You mean being on? Is he hot or not? Yeah, he's definitely hot.
Robbie from Collector's Kingdom. I agree. Oh, Robbie's changed his name then. Collector's Kingdom. I agree, boys. I bought all my own statues. No freebies. It's hard to make a new video when the statues aren't coming in. Sideshow Batman next. Been away a long way. Yeah, been a while.
You're in most people's boat, Robbie. That's the point, mate.
For fuck's sake,
you're in the 90%, mate. There's only around about 5% of people in this game that are fucking able to do that. That's the point. You know, the other, you know, and you as a channel and things are going to find it, you know, harder to grow your numbers because you're not getting the latest shit all the fucking time, and that's being saturated now as well. They're all going to the same type of people. And that also is really going to fuck up everybody below. So all of the guys on their own who are getting it, they're going to get them. They're not have been seen then. You know, it used to be back in the day that somebody would get it first and review it, and then another person would get the next thing and they'd review it, and their channels would grow steadily as a result. At the moment, everything's going to probably like 5 people, and as a result, they're the ones that are all going to see the most amount of growth in the channel. So, but that's just how it goes.
All right, can we go through this quickly? Fuck's sake, Mr. Start. Watch you later with beer. Keep up the great work, fellow. Take care. Oh, there you go. I'll see.
God bless, man. Thanks. Always nice. Drinks are on you.
Milky bars on you. Is an addiction. I warned 2 people this week that I know to think twice before buying a statue. It is an addiction. Richard Guptier in the house. Crofer in the house. Well, I said, I have OCD and it's very addictive.
Yeah.
OCD, well, obviously not for the actual keeping it tidy side. Jesus. Leroy, I respect, guys. I love how real and truth for both of you are. It's what makes Archie the best, and Savage, probably what makes you not as popular as others. Yeah, it's true. Totally true.
Yeah.
Well said. Currently, I'm in 10k debt from such a collecting.
No.
I hope not, man. I hope not. I hope that's a joke. Hang in there, man.
I really hope that's not true. I swear to God, I'd be fucking gutted.
To R18 for Chris, who is family rated. Lost Hero, not easy showing restraint. The debt you can manage. Of course, you have to always buy within your means, and that's important, but it's not always as easy to stick to it. I'm so pleased on there going to 1/4, 1/4 and above. I don't have any high-end pieces.
What's it?
But super happy with my collection. Dude, you got so many Bowen pieces that are probably worth.
What's just important to remember, if you are watching this and you are buying stuff, right? Just remember that if you buy 1 piece a year or you buy 50 pieces a year, right? You're still a valued member of this community, and you'll always have fucking people like us that you can talk to whenever you want to. Do not ever feel pressured into getting the latest and greatest fucking thing that's going to put you at the peak of anything, because the truth is it's not. Okay, it's always next month. There's always the next piece. So slap yourself straight and say, listen, I'm going to buy just what the fuck I like in the remix that I've got within the final restraints that you have. And it makes you no less a fucking person, then makes you no less a collector. And anybody that tells you fucking different doesn't have a damn clue and has no place in this game. Because you've got to be smart here. Don't fucking get into this buying everything. It's a fucking bad place to be.
Oh, fuck, my cock's hanging out, sorry.
Show us.
Yeah. I'm wearing these shorts, which are like riding really high. No, that's the important thing as well. As I mean, like, you know, you are still as important as anyone else. That's the problem with people feel as well that because they have 100 pieces or 1,000, whatever many pieces, they feel that their voice is more important than yours. It's not the case. It's not the case at all. And this is one of the big things as well. That was a massive factor when we joined the hobby. There was so many elitist collectors in the hobby that we had to speak up. We felt like we needed to speak up about everything and about how, you know, we were getting things in, and we were watching a video where people were going, you know,
this is the best phone ever made. This is, oh my God, look at the craftsmanship on this phone. Look at the light-up feature. Touch screen is the best thing ever. We're getting in going, oh my God, the fucking touchscreen doesn't work fucking what the fuck is going on? You know, I dropped it once and it's fucking shattered. What the fuck? You know, and people were just like, it was people protecting their investment at that point. And the thing is now, it's not that much now, but now it's more protecting the relationships rather than their investment.
Yes.
And it's getting to a case where, man, it's you know, we got on about it too much. Let's go through this. Sorry. Tony Bello was the one he got knocked out by.
Bellew, Telly Bellew, fucking fair play, well done. Give that man a cracker, Tony Bellew. Well done.
The chase file, yeah. Sometimes chases is
much better. Yeah, and that's why like older pieces, grail pieces that take a while to sort of acquire are definitely sort of like, you know, they still have their appeal, and you need to look at that because there's loads of good shit.
One of the problems as well is there is a big thing about people wanting the newest version of a piece because they think it's the better version. Not always the case. Not always the case. I think the first version of Freddy, if that's the one with the doll, is the best out of the three.
Still best, yeah. 100% agree with that.
Someone repainted that. Reddit sent me one where someone repainted that grey. It's quite cool, actually. What's your thoughts on the Iron Studios X-Men 1/10 Deluxe diorama? I'm not sure which one's which.
There are a few of them, but I dig them. I think they look great.
Three of them. They all look fantastic.
There's one particular one I like more than the others, but I can't remember which one that is. I think it's more in like coming out of the ground, maybe. I can't remember.
I can't remember which one's which. Let me do these two. I just wait for my Sideshow Flash to come in next week to complete my Justice League lineup. Love your channel. Thank you, Con Job. Corey, Calvin Ellis, and Van Zorda, the Black Superman.
Oh, sweet.
Thank you. Amen.
Amen.
On the collection is such a nice feeling. Make sure your money is spent wisely and your pieces are displayed beautifully. There's a guy actually called Dom Peeps. He's got a ridiculous collection, but he also has it in a way where he has like all the Wolverines on one wall. And there are certain people who collect one character, and I do think that there is an element of like, you know, that dedication is amazing to have that to one character. I can't stick to one. I can't stick to one line. I can't stick to one character. I can't do
but this is like, as long as it's what you love, man, do it.
Whoa, let's get through this, man. I'm not bothered by the new film because it amazes me. Okay, we're going to go into that one anyway. I've got a lot of stick comments I made regarding the must-have pieces that keep coming out. I can only call as I see it.
Don't change.
Yeah, I mean, no. I actually, I like reading your comments. I share videos for the pieces as they come. I share them and I put them up, and then I get like comments stuck on Inferno. I don't get it. I don't get what this piece is about. And I love reading that. I don't like reading constant. I love it. Perfect. Great. And I like reading, you know, that critique or why you like it. You know, I like that element of it.
Do you know? Also, the thing is with Stucker as well is that when you get praised, he's like your dad. He's like a strict dad, and when he says to you, "You did well," you actually feel really good about it. So when a statue actually gets praise from him, it means a little bit because he's really fucking hard to please. And there's something about that.
Are you saying because of his age?
Yeah.
His age, is that, yeah.
No, I'm saying that he's not very easily to please. Hey! So, right, I'll run through this quick. I just completed my Marvel.
I just want to say, do you know how long it took me to find a way where it stays full screen every picture?
I don't care, but it looks great.
You do fucking care, because last week you didn't care about it. And it makes it important. Fuck you. Hopefully it works.
So, I recently got this in. I recently got, I stupidly bought loads of my MCU steelbook stuff from 2 different places, depending on who come out first. I realized that around 35% of my collection was different to the rest. So now I finally have all of the MCU lenticular 3D steelbooks covers. So now finally I've completed. It took me about a year to finish this off, to find them at the right prices, because I weren't paying stupid prices. I know that the original Hulk is in there, and he isn't part of the MCU, but fuck it, I like it anyway, so I put it in there.
Yeah,
That's it.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, look over here. Where's the mouse? Oh, there. Yeah, there we go.
Thinking about picking up XM Colossus. I'm going to be talking to Alex at some point today, hopefully, and trying to maybe close this off and get it. It is a debate. But do you reckon it will go up on top of my DTOF with next to the Sabretooth out? Is he laughing at me or is he laughing at someone?
I don't know. How much space you got?
Is that you laughing at me?
That was meant to be like an American Psycho thing, I think. How much space you got? I'm joking.
No, I'm just wondering if it will fit up on my.
How much space have you got?
In terms of what?
Height.
Oh, it's about 26 inches up there. 26.
Oh yeah. I think it's 25, isn't it?
Yeah, but then it's quite long, isn't it? It's quite long across the base there. I want it exactly like that, head on, exactly like that.
I was doing the American Psycho thing where they asked for the dossier.
I don't know what happened. I thought you were just having a stroke. Come on, let's get through these. Let's do it in 30 minutes. Let's go.
30 minutes.
Yeah, let's go. I just recently got this Terex in. It's the first piece I've ever bought back in the history of my collecting. So bought it from Mike Wells. Yeah, lovely guy to deal with if you're buying anything. I think he's selling a few Star Wars pieces at the moment. So if you're interested in things like the original, I think it's the Obi-Wan PF and a few other bits. He's selling some bits. So get onto him if you want something.
Well cheap as well. Mike has no fucking... Mike should like contact us before he fucking posts shit. You know that?
Well, yeah. Fucking jelly bean cunt. Look how fucking cool that is. It's wicked, but I love this piece.
You already got this when I said I was interested, you fuck.
Who told you? Hey, there's my baby. There's my boy. Teaching him, giving him his education.
Oh, wow. Fucking hell. Oh, yeah, it's base is small. I was going to say Apocalypse is like as big as Thanos, but it's a base.
He's taller. Yeah, I mean, they're around the same size.
Thing is if you look at those pieces in that line, Bowen is a fucking genius to make them all the same size, really. Because like, if you look at where the line is across the top, you know, like across the top of all of them.
It's funny. Only Strife is only slightly shorter than the others. They're all around 15 and a half tall, apart from Strife, who's around 14 and 3/4.
But Strife should be bigger though, shouldn't he?
No, because he's 6. Strife is the same size as Cable, which is 6'8", and he's
6'10".
No, he's 6'8". Cable's 6'8", and Apocalypse could be any size, and Thanos is around 6'8", 6'9", so 7 foot ish. So,
but he was famous for doing that though, where he made them, there was an arguable like thing where it was like 1/7, but he made them try and be to display.
Yeah, but if you look there, the line is very, very close, but all the bases are different sizes, so it's very clever.
Oh no, but I mean the Tarax, his axe is the same as above Thanos' head. But,
it's about 15 and a half. Tarax is the same size as Strife, about 14 and a half to the figure, but the axe takes it higher. But that is my beautiful boy looking at learning.
Did you change the contrast to make him less ginger?
No, he's not ginger. You can't. Well, he's a little bit blondish.
Strawberry blonde.
No,
He's strawberry blonde. This one actually, I just saw this.
Is that McScrooge?
Yeah, well, it's good.
Sweet.
And I actually thought it looked pretty cool. And then I sent it to Yawa, who is not Vass, the other one.
Surely Alves is interested in this as well, isn't he?
He's on pre-order, yeah. But I sent it to Yawa, who's like a district attorney or wherever he's going to be at some point, and he basically looked at it and goes, "Yeah, it looks like shit. It looks like something from the fucking 90s." I was like, "Oh, I thought it looked good."
Yeah, I liked it as well.
Yeah, I like it, and I like the way they do that with the gold plate where it's got like the name and that and the actual edition size on the name on that. I think that's
clever. Very clever.
I
like it. I think
he went a fan. Alves is all over it. You know.
Yeah, I could have called that. Looks cool.
Yeah. And then same for the ladies. There you go. I think it's actually a nice piece. The actual Beast Kingdom stuff actually looks pretty cool at the moment. They're doing a lot of Disney pieces, a lot of Toy Story stuff I actually really like. I think Liam's going to get on that. This then is the
Iron Studios Daredevil is now getting into collectors' hands. This is just a cool picture I found from, I think it was in RaddTitan or one of the groups. Guys customized the XM one. That paint job looks kick-ass. Love that. And I really love that Sideshow. This is one of my more of my sort of style things that I like from Daniel Bell. So I like his Daredevil. I like his Iron Fist kind of characters, them lean, sort of athletic muscularity. I prefer. So I think that Iron Studios Daredevil looks the shit. I think it looks really good. Yeah. Sideshow looks really nice too. I've got to be honest.
I think the actual XM one looks great for that angle. I actually think
it does. That's got a custom head on it, which helps as well.
I think that those colours really work nicely for that. Whoever repainted that did a fantastic job.
Yeah, it's clean as fuck. Nice job.
But that sounds really nice. This then is the Iron Kite Colossus.
Why is he beating up Professor X? What did Professor X do to him?
It's not Professor X. I don't know what it is, but it's not Professor X. But it's a really cool piece. But
I'm taking orders from you no more.
I don't know who this character is with that, and if someone does, let us know. But I don't know who that is. It looks like I know that's Hugo Strange from Batman and the SDC.
Yeah, that's definitely not him.
No, I don't know who that is.
It's more likely to be the Professor than it is that.
Yeah. Very cool piece, but I think that the Iron Kite only has license for China, so you may struggle to get this.
Distributor.
But it looks nice. I know that Hive has something to do with this as well.
Me.
Yeah.
I saw this. I just thought this looked really cool.
From Geo Icon. I don't know if there's license or not, but I've stuck in the license thing because
it's like a full polystone sort of thing as well, isn't it?
I don't know the scale. I don't know the license. I don't know anything.
No, neither do I. I just know it's like a fully polystone thing.
It's cool how it's jumping out the box and that kind of thing. And
don't fuck with the chuck.
Don't fuck with the chuck.
This is going for fucking mega money. People got mad about that. This one,
$4,000 US. Stuck on Inferno says he thinks this is the Skullbuster. I don't know who that is.
He probably knows. Trust him.
You can have too many statues bunched up together. It looks horrible. As you guys know, I love Hot Toys, but scaled down my collection. It looks much better now. I know that with Hot Toys, the thing about Hot Toys is they are all the same size. So you can literally get a lot of Hot Toys in DTOFs, probably have 3 on each shelf and display a lot of them, and you'll be all right.
And that's statues, over 4 shelves as well, isn't it?
So yeah, with statues, you got luxury.
You got 12 figures in one unit, which is a lot.
Yeah. Amber Racy just set up a collection. Actually, she's redone it all, and she's done her Star Wars stuff and her Marvel stuff. And I'm glad that she's doing that because her stuff was well cramped, and she's starting to do that all. I actually remember that when we started, Amber Racy was one of the first channels I watched.
Yeah, same. She was one of the pioneers for us too, like Victor and Lou. God bless.
It's really the thing about all that is when you look back over it, it's actually really upsetting to see how few followers they actually have.
Oh, they deserve another 2 zeros on their numbers for sure.
Victor, Lou,
massive pioneers of the collective into the hobby, into this game.
Yeah. So this is then the likeness looks really off on this picture. Actually, I'm stuck on. I don't think this looks like her at all. My girlfriend's actually just walked in. Do you think that looks like Margot Robbie?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
No, Margot Robbie's much hotter than that. Have you never seen Wolf of Wall Street?
Yeah, I have, but she looks completely different in Suicide Squad.
Yeah, but Wolf of Wall Street. Anyway.
Yeah, but it's a different movie.
No, she looks really gone there, really drawn out. Look at her eyes.
I think that's the point.
I don't know. Anyway, I don't think she looks much like her there. I think the likeness is a bit off there, to be honest with you.
Come up here.
Yeah, she looks more like fucking Uma Thurman there, look. She looks more like Uma Thurman than Margot Robbie. Jesus. All right, anyway, we spoke.
I think this is a ludicrous price to charge anyway. I think it's crazy.
$4,000 USD, and it's silicon, but it doesn't have a replaceable mouth, which if it did, people would pay the $4,000 USD for,
Well, she had a blowjob mouth.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay. Is it life size? It's not life size, is it? Third.
It's life size.
Is it life size?
Life size, yes.
Oh, that's not too bad then. 4K's about right. I thought it was 1/3 scale.
No, but I'm saying if it was life size with the actual articulated mouth, people would pay the 4K for it, you know.
Maybe the other bit works.
And the grip and the grip with the what's that thing? The thing on Action Man that when you press the button, he's like, what's that? Cry chop action or whatever.
Cry chop action. Yeah.
If she had like fucking articulated mouth and cry chop action, yeah, she'd get that 4K easy.
You're fucking terrible.
This is then the Iron Studios, I believe, 1/4 scale. No?
I think so. There's nice pictures of this. I just thought they were really nice pictures. It's from the game, isn't it?
No, it's not. It's from the movie. And
okay.
the thing I really like about it, because obviously the base there is then the Mysterio kind of style base. But the thing I do really like about this, I don't like the eyes. I think they look really bad, actually. I think the way he's punching down on that drone and all that kind of stuff is a bit too... you know when something is too put together in such a way? What's the word?
No, I think it looks pretty cool, so I've got no issues at all.
I don't think his eyes look good, though. Look at that. Look how raised they are. It's weird. It looks sort of a bit strange.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's like a little bit like that in the film. I kind of like dig the light up as well. There's a nice picture of it lit up on the inside of the rim.
That's what I was going to get to. Sorry, there.
That bit. That's pretty cool.
This actually is not a very good picture, but there are other pictures where the light up on the back has this kind of pixelated element to it. I mean,
nice.
Really, yeah, this isn't really the best way to represent it, I don't think. But I think the light up is probably the best feature of it.
I quite like it. I think it's a nice looking piece.
Turn the light on if you want, by the way.
Huh?
Curtains.
You want me to close curtains? Okay. All right, let's go to the next one. This one I think is from Baki, but I'm not really sure. This is from Cami Arts. The thing about this is Cami Arts have just come out of nowhere, and they have so many fucking licenses. They got like Godzilla, they got this, they got Transformers, and I think it's a French company. They got so many licenses at the moment.
Congratulations to them.
Congratulations to them, and I'd love to see where they're going to go. I might be wrong. I think this is Baki, but I might be wrong. I hope it is, for my sake. But this looks really cool. Whole diorama of the ring, very very cool. This then is, I just reposted their video. They did a live video with Carlissimo and Connecticut. I felt quite bad because their video was pretty shit. And I had to take it away and kind of adjust the audio because Adib is very loud and Carlos was very so Franco was very low. So I had to I tried to
equalize them.
I tried. I did it a bit better than they did, but so I reposted that just for that because I was trying to watch it because I love horror. I really, really do. And I think Franco is fucking disturbed. In the nicest possible way, but he is fucking messed up. Seriously. When you look at his art station, you think to yourself, like, holy fuck, I do not want to be stuck in that guy's head. He has some of the most horrible horror characters on his art station, ZBrush. And when you go through it, this
from his imagination, isn't it? The darkness of his imagination. It's terrifying.
Yeah, definitely. And this is called Mum. And basically, this is his quote was something along the lines of, it's to do with the fact that he just had his daughter. And it's to do with the fact that when you have a child, no matter what they do or how they are, you will always see them in the highest possible regard. So this statue is to represent like these really horrible characters, and that's the mother in the middle, and these two little things are little choids on either side. But the two little things there where, you know, no matter how ugly or vicious or horrible they are, when you're their parent, you see all the good elements of them. And that's kind of what he basically said. But yeah, I do see choids when I look at them, though. Yeah, little short, fat cocks. But the detailing on this, I'm really glad that a company has kind of picked up on Franco's
This
Forest.
look fantastic
And,
in like a
they're
horror
doing
collection.
it-
This
this
really
is
would
like-
look nice.
This is 23 inches tall, so this is quarter scale. And
Nice.
again, I don't mean it's a bad thing, but yeah, I look at these pieces. I go over, and there's one of them as well that I know Geo freaks out about called the Baby Snatcher, and
Yeah, that's
it's
not great.
creepy as fuck. It's like a mother creature bringing a
Actually,
human
it's
into a young.
it's more like
just
a harpy. It's a harpy. Is the
Oh,
word
is it?
animal. It's like a harpy, and it's feeding its young, sort of harpy chick like things a baby.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Creepy as fuck. But yeah, I mean, and you look at his art station, and I'm pretty sure that I have no doubt that this is going to be a successful piece. And I have
Well,
no
I'm
doubt-
glad they're working in conjunction with Connecticut. It's a nice angle, a nice direction. Wish them both the best of luck.
The thing
Oh,
about it
God.
as well is they're doing a whole artist line with other artists, and I think it's great that Connecticut's are reaching out and trying something that is not, not in the wheelhouse, not their.
Yeah, no one's doing that. So, well, that's nice.
And I think that to reach out with Carlos, sorry, I keep saying Carlos because Carlissimo, to reach out with like Franco and do his pieces, I'm glad that a company are. I really am. I think that he.
Keep
Again,
going through.
I think on the channel we do give him a bit of stick because of the fact that I don't think other factories have represented his pieces.
I've never fucking given that guy a stick in his life. It's the production of some of the pieces. It's got nothing to do with him. His sculpts are not the critiques. It's the paint, the finish, the engineering. That's not on him. So,
but that's exactly what I'm saying. Is we give those pieces a lot of stick because we know his sculpt is better than that. And that's
better than they've dressed it up because they've basically put a fucking, they basically put Margot Robbie in a fucking plastic bag. That's why.
But yeah, I mean, this piece is horrible in a nice way, But and then you move on, and this is Monster Hunter. So this is Raphalos, and this is again by Connecticut. So this is a really cool piece. This is concept art, and this is concept art to statue, which. When you compare it in that way, that's a great comparison. I mean, the two of them
really impressive. Yeah, very impressive indeed.
Joe Figure in the house. There you go. What's up, everyone?
Yo,
sweet. So yeah, this piece looks really cool. Again, I never played Monster Hunter because I started like looking at the game, and then there was a video about it where it's basically. They kind of just kill the dragons and shit just for the sake of making new armor. There's no reason to kill them other than that. It's just to make new weapons and new armor. You're going to go around and kill this fucking big monster, like just because you want a new helmet or something. But no, very cool. This then is a legendary beast, Magneto. So if you got in there early, you could get a couple of extra heads. So 3 portraits and 2 right hands. Also, this is then the regular version. So this is the look of the regular version, which comes with the additional head and the additional left hand. So 1 up and 1 down.
Yeah.
And the additional right hand, which is the charge on there.
Yeah.
So this is then the look of it. So the
portraits are fantastic. Looks great. Looks nice. The only thing is, it looks a little bit. I feel like the pose is a little bit wonky. For some reason, it's a little bit wonky from certain angles. I really don't like the thing that goes round it as well. I prefer it without.
I think that their decisions of photos, especially like this one, is not a great choice.
Yeah.
I think they should have chosen better angles.
Just looks a little bit like it's tilted a lot to one side. His legs up and it's sort of all shoulders down, shoulder. It's just a bit strange. I think for one third scale Magneto, it looks great. But I love the portraits as well, especially the nods to sort of the Jim Lee style. I like a lot.
I saw this in person in 2019, and I do think that the photography choices are kind of questionable. I don't think you should bother to do up, down, you should keep things simple and
Straight.
not mix up like that. Otherwise, it does get too complicated. The base on it, I don't know what it is.
Fantastic. I think it's a satellite.
It looks like a satellite, doesn't it?
It's a satellite.
Yeah, and then this goes into then the exclusive version, which has the charge of the kind of magnet.
I kind of prefer it without that, you know. It doesn't look bad. It's like it's a nice ad. I just kind of prefer it without.
So the switch outs there are then 4 switch out heads. So 3 switch out heads, another switch out arm, another switch out hand, and then the wraparound aura. Probably go easily with the regular on this, to be honest with you. I agree.
It's not a bad thing to have. I think somebody did. There was a customer that did this sort of orb thing, and I think they did it a little bit better. To be honest.
Well, the company who did that are not very good at doing anything else. So it was Iron Arts, wasn't it? So yeah. I think the leg positioning is a bit weird, but I don't know. Then again, that's kind of looking up. I think that I honestly, because I've seen.
You wouldn't see this from a straight position. They seem to have gone low pointing up, down pointing, high pointing down. There's nothing that's really straight on, is there?
I think the photography choices are very weird. But one of the things as well, which is a lot of people are saying, you know, when you read the comments about this, which obviously I've been doing, I find it quite funny because a lot of people are going, "Oh man, I wish this was 1/4 scale."
Yeah.
If it was 1/4 scale, people would be saying, "Oh my god, another Magneto."
Oh, it's so true.
This is the only 1/3 scale Magneto, you know, that's been done. So
it's very true.
From that point of view, I think that easy. It's the best 1/3 scale Magneto.
Yeah, but you see what happened. They did that with the Gambit, didn't they? XM made the little Gambit for the diorama. Everyone wanted it in 1/4 scale. They made it in 1/4 scale, and they were like, "Yeah, it's a bit fuck that. Should have really did."
Yeah.
It's exactly what it is. Some people don't know what they want.
You can't please people.
No, they don't know what they want. They say they want something, and then you give it to them, and they're like, "Nah, it's all right."
If you collect, even if you collect Prime 1 1/3 pieces. This is a 1/3 Marvel piece that you can slide in your DC.
Yeah, exactly. You've got one. If you're doing a few DC stuff, you can mix it up, can't you? Have a few Marvels as in, yeah.
And I think the problem as well is the fact that you don't have much choice in 1/3 scale.
Well, Thor has come out and Captain America come out. They both look fantastic. So
yeah. Thor is actually Franco Colispo as well.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, not a lot of people know that though.
Is Magneto standing on the same room as XM Omega Red? No, this is a satellite, as George is saying.
I think he's in space. I don't even think he's on the. I think he's in space. I'm sure I know of a picture where he's doing this in a comic. He's up on a satellite. He's up in space, and that orb is around him because he's in space, and he's like blasting through a satellite.
Yeah,
I'm sure of it.
Again, knowing the guys who made this, it'll be from an art reference.
Yeah.
I just think that these images, if they've been taken from the actual statue, which they look too photoshopped, and I think that they needed to keep them. You know, they needed some simple images in there. And I think that these images are not the best images. You know, they could have done it in a way where this is an image of an actual image, and this makes it look like you question whether it is the statue or is a render.
Yeah.
I know that they did a photo shoot.
Yeah.
This looks like a 3D render because of the way they
definitely. Yeah.
So that's the problem. So, you can't mess with things too much.
Yeah.
The way it's been, this is a picture, but it's been fucked with too much. But I do think it's a nice piece. I think.
Love the unmasked portrait a lot as well. Yeah, very nice.
I think that is
nice Magneto. There's nothing wrong with it. Listen, nothing wrong with it.
That's the front on picture. That's all they needed to do. That looks great. That looks absolutely fantastic front on.
Doesn't look as wonky there either.
Yeah, front on. Look at that. Great. Keep it simple, guys. Keep it simple. Don't fuck it up. Put it down. Come on. There you go. Okay. And then that's the comparison. So this is then the premium edition. No, sorry, premiere they call it. Sorry.
Yeah.
Premiere edition, and then that's the regular. So with the premiere, you get the 3 heads. With the regular, you get the 1 head with the other. The additional switch out with the mast.
Basically, the only difference here between the premiere and the normal version is an additional head and the things around the base. Because you both get the two. You get the two hands. You get two portraits, one masked, one unmasked, and you get the unmasked.
The unmasked is if you don't get early bird though.
The unmasked is what?
If you don't get early bird, so if you miss early bird, you're only going to get the masked.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's strange.
It's an early bird bonus. Yeah. Okay, then we're on to the Fembok Batman. So this is the Abak. This is the regular version. So this one you get. These are the pieces you get with it. You get the one thing I do like about this is something the Prime one I don't think has done enough before in the past. And what they do have in this, I don't know if these are the pictures or the ones for the exclusive one, but what they've done, there you go, look. So they've actually got him looking straight on.
Head on, yeah.
And they're looking down.
And then they've got one to the side and all.
Yeah, but this is the regular one. So you only get these two. But
that's perfect. That's exactly what you want 3 heads to do.
What I think with Prime 1 is they failed to do this in the past. And with Prime 1 is normally the case, you just get like a slight variation, which isn't enough to justify. And I think by doing that, it's like you say, like, you're a dickhead. Yeah? Okay. But anyway, by having that kind of up and down, you can change the way you position it. So you can have it eye level or you get it high up. And you can get away with that by the way they do it. And I think that's great. And I think that's a really good thing that they've done here. Like, with Prime 1, they failed to do that a lot in the past. And here you go.
Good call.
There you go. So I think that is a great move. And this is the regular version as well. I do find I'm one of the few as well that I know it's the artwork. No, I'm going back a second. I know it's the artwork, but I do not like the base. I find the base like it's standard on a dollhouse. I do find that a lot. I
think you've got to go with the people that want to buy this are going to have the reference art, and that they're going to love the reference art as
the art and it's the perspective of the piece.
I got no issue with it at all.
I don't like elements of that.
I don't take the piss, but I actually think from an artistic perspective, I think it looks great.
Yeah,
I think it's a fantastic looking Batman.
And then you get the if you buy the exclusive version, you would then get the bonus item, which is the A4 size print signed by Jason Fembok, which is quite
nice.
Then this is the
exclusive,
whole big shebang deluxe. So you kind of get like
deluxe
4 heads, and you get the headstands, and you get whatever else. So this comes with a lot, and I hope this is one Mike got. But this Mike,
Mike would have got.
Mike, are you listening, Mike?
He would have traded in all his jelly beans to get that one.
1 meter 5 centimeters tall. Are you listening, Mike? You don't know how fucking tall that is. 70 centimeters deep, Mike. 83 centimeters wide, Mike. Are you listening? Even Nick, are you going to get these in your module cases? 105 centimeters tall.
Beast.
That is big. That's big. I think though, from this angle, I like it. I mean, I like the cape flow. Are the cape flow and the smoke flow a bit different, or is that just me? I don't know. I know it's based on
the cape is flowing up and the smoke is flowing up.
And I guess on the right hand side, he's kind of pulling his arm around it.
Yeah, it's cool, man.
Okay. But there are a few things I don't like.
I like you get the bust, you get the change of the direction. You also get the thing that goes on his chest, didn't you? That changes the bat signal. The bat signal.
I think
bat symbol. Again, fucking speak English.
I appreciate it. I'm a huge belief that by changing the views like that is an amazing thing. Only problem is
it just means that when you're moving your statue around, you can split anywhere.
If you look at this one and you look at his traps, I don't know if you can see it because you're looking at your phone, but if you look at the traps, the fitting's good on this. The fitting in is good on that. And I hope they work on that. I know this is a prototype, so they probably will. But then, you obviously then get the one looking
I like that one too.
and then look at that. So you got 4 heads looking different directions. That's great.
That means you can go anywhere in your room and you can see it.
No matter where you are, you know, you feel uncomfortable, you're cracking off at one point.
And you want to what you want to do is
right now.
you want to mess about with your partner as well by like saying, "Oh, it only comes with 1 head," and then every time she comes in, you change it.
Yeah.
She's like, "I swear that fucking thing's looking the other way."
I think one of the biggest complaints we've ever had about Prime 1, and there's a piece after this which we're going to complain about it again, but I do think that this piece having 4 of the heads looking different directions, I think that is fantastic, and I think that is next level shit to have that many options. I think that's great. I really do. One of the things I'm not a fan of. That's the heads, the 2 regular, 2 deluxe, all 4 looking different ways. Perfect. Absolutely.
It's deluxe, cunt.
Deluxe.
Not Dulux. Dulux is the fucking paint shop. It's deluxe. Deluxe.
Different
deluxe.
Switch out chest pieces you got there. This guy, what the fuck is he doing?
No.
What the fuck is this guy doing? He just fucking crashed into the corner of the fucking top of the roof.
Yeah, well, the smoke and Batman's cape put his radar off.
Jeez, man. I looked at this guy earlier and I was like, man, if this was my piece and my company, I would have deleted that picture fucking ages ago. I would not have posted that, you know. Anyway, the chest pieces look great. The one other complaint as well was the fact that there's no fins on the Batman arm.
What do you mean, like, is it the blades?
On the artwork, there's blades on his forearm. I know this there's not. That was a big complaint as well. So hopefully that is something to do with the new thing with Prime 1 about them not being able to show weapons and whatever else. And hopefully they'll be able to have it. You know. Again, look at that. Front on looks fantastic. Really good. Not sure about Dollhouse for me, but you know, looks nice. This then is the Dragon Shiryu, and this is the final bronze cloth, not the brown cloth, you know, like you shit yourself. But yeah, this is one. But then this is that thing that Prime 1 does the other way, where they have 3 heads, and all of them are really such little variation. Like you got the first 2 have the same eyes, and the last 2 have the same mouth, and that is bullshit. You know, that is like, oh really? Like,
it's too common though, unfortunately. I mean, you see how well that Batman looks, man.
But that's why I'm praising the Batman, is because you have 4 heads all looking different ways, which change the whole composure of the piece. That's amazing. That's great. That's what you want. Composition, sorry. That's what you want as a collector. But then to have
you want that adaptability is fantastic, because it, like we said, you can display it low, you can display it at eye level, you can display it high. You can display it on the right, you can display it on you know, it does matter. Yeah. It does make a difference when you've got a limited amount of space. You know, things do move around. You're like, right, I'm gonna Jenny's just messaged me. She's just seen you on YouTube. She's like, is Alex drunk? Yes, darling. If you go back to the start of the chat, watch from the very beginning, Alex pours in Leonard half a bottle of Bacardi into a coffee. He looks like a European in Thailand.
Yeah, but the other side of it is I've done both of these now.
You know why she's asking me? Because we're fucking late. We're 30 minutes later than I said we'd be. But no, this is I can never manage you. You're impossible to manage. I don't know how XM cope, honestly.
Well, anywho, and the point about that as well is going back to my great company XM, is they're the kind of first company to really do that, where the heads change the whole composition of the piece, like when you have the Punisher and things like that. I should order a room service. Unfortunately,
get me some pad time, motherfuckers.
Punisher, where basically he has his 2 heads and they look in different directions, and that is a really good way to have things where you can change up. But anyway, go back to this one.
I'm going to give you 10. I'm going to give you 12 minutes, and then I'm going to go spend time with my wife. So hurry up.
Really, we ain't gone. Okay. Well, we're going to get to the end of the license pieces. Can we do that?
Probably. Try. See how we do.
All right. So this is actually go through these. Yeah, I don't know much about the anime. There's a big
the concept stuff. Love that sort of stuff. It's very nice.
I love the dragons and things like that, of course. All right. So you go through, and also this has these swappable head parts, which again, they all look so similar. They all just look like, you know, the middle one looks like he's fell asleep.
The middle one looks like he's trying to flirt, but badly.
Hey.
Hey,
And then
how you doing?
also then Prime One are doing their usual business where they're going to go gold with
Kind of like that gold Row though, man. Row.
I don't know.
Like it?
I don't know.
I don't like gold
that.
statues, but I kind of like Row. I
King.
mean, I haven't seen the painted version of this, so
No, then they've not shown it. They've not shown it yet.
I want to see the painted version of it.
Like
it though, like the statue.
It reminds me of the scene where it's like King Row. The guy's out of tune, and he comes along, just kills him, fucking crushes his head. But yeah, there's the paint on that.
Yeah, see, I like that. I think that looks antique. I like it a lot.
It could work. These Somei ones on the horse was really nice. Really nice. These are all the PCS camis. Someone got them in. So you've got the different versions of her. Looking good. Looking really good. Whose collection is this? Nice.
It is a nice setup, isn't it? He obviously likes the doubles of his stuff as well.
Yeah.
You see up above there, he's got the two Morrigans from HMO.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? He's got them together. It looks like he's got two Psylocks maybe or something together just behind that cami.
Yeah.
See him?
Ones. Yeah.
I like it. It's a sweet setup, man.
Popcorn Shock coming out with a Stone Cold Steve Austin. Looking like quite cool there.
Da-dun.
One quarter scale. I don't know what she's doing. What are you doing? Who are you talking to? Is this Queen Studios, you know?
No idea. Just seen this picture. Life-size Balrog head. Looks amazing. Show George this. Show my boy this.
I think it's Queen Studios.
I said to him, do you want a life-size dragon head in your house?
It's not life-size.
Well,
that's nowhere near life-size. That ain't life-size. That's Balrog, you dickhead. That's the one who does...
yeah, but maybe. It could be life-size, dude.
No way.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I mean, the wings and the body a bit. The head's like... I think it could be.
Then you got the life-size Joker from Queen Studios. I'm a big believer as well that if you're going to make something and you're going to make a version of something, you need to make it better than the previous versions. And
yes, well, try to.
For me, the first Sideshow Joker, when I saw that person, is really, really ridiculous.
This is very early though. This is not done, so let's wait and see what occurs. This is a nice looking sculpt. This, let's see.
Yeah, I hope so.
I'm not ready to shit in anyone's cornflakes just yet.
They're also doing a Iron Man Iron Man Mark 7 quarter scale. Yeah. So hopefully, we have seen a video of that, but I couldn't be bothered to do stills at the moment.
Looks quite nice.
They're doing a Vision life-size bust. They're also doing the white version from One Division. They're going to be doing that soon. This looks great as well. And we know
very textured, very well detailed. This got a lot of nice detail on that. Looks beautiful. That.
And we know that the Queen Studios are very good at doing their
special.
This then is their Wonder Woman quarter scale, which that looks pretty good. I like this for a quarter scale statue. Really good. Yeah. Really nice piece. Also, they're showing that they're doing the Hulk Buster and an Iron Man and a War Machine. That's a Sideshow also doing their usual tricks and coming back with a black costume variant of Elektra.
That's a shame because that would have looked really nice with the red Daredevil.
Yeah,
the contrast would have been a good pairing, and then they would have done the black Daredevil when those. See, for me as a business, I would have just released them all. I'd have said red and black Daredevil, red and black Elektras, and people would have bought the contrasting. That's what would have done. Because that's what I would. Now people have got the red Elektra and the red Daredevil, and they're like, "Oh fuck."
Yeah. Of course,
this is not a good way. This is not a good place to be. I just don't know why you do it.
I'll do Andy Fusco quote. It just leaves a bad taste in your mouth, doesn't it?
It does, like semen.
This then is the Tourist Workshop, and this basically is
Caleb
line. This is the Queens of Oblivion, and this is kind of their Egyptian one. So it's like a scarab beetle, kind of centaur character. And
cool, man.
Yeah, obviously she's got nips out there, but they're covered up. And this is very cool.
I think that's lovely. That
very cool concept.
That's Caleb, right? I'm not mad. It's Caleb Nefson.
It's Caleb. Yeah, 100% Caleb. Yeah,
looks nice.
This is one for you. You got an email, did you?
Yeah, I got an email saying that's but then now we're 10 days later and I ain't heard fuck all. So who knows? Isn't it?
What do you mean 10 days later?
Well, what does it say? Read the date.
Oh, as of today, Friday the 5th of March, we're shipping Shazam and Cheetah to all the exclusive customers. Darkseid is expected to arrive in the port 5th of on the 6th. That should charge. But they're going to give you an extra part, though, no?
Yeah, that's fine. I'm not really, but I mean, 300 and I think 360 is still a very low ES. And I think they've handled it very classy. They've made a mistake and they've actually given you something extra to pay for their error, which I think is a classy move. So nothing but love for Tweethead at the moment, yeah.
I mean, if it was like, oh yeah, we've done 1,000 pieces, now it's 1,500, then that's a different ballpark, you know. But to go from 300 to 360 and go, we're sorry, we're going to.
It sounds more like an error, doesn't it? 300 to 360 is a mistake. 1,000 to 1,500 is not a mistake. It's you just being greedy. That's the problem.
Also, they're going to do another 1/6 scale Joker marquette. So
the other one, their last one was really nice.
Very nice. And they're going to be a John Stewart Green Lantern as well coming. Then also Weta are going to be doing some Darkseid.
Yeah, I got that wrong. I posted on Instagram. I thought it was fucking Prime 1.
No, it's Weta, isn't it?
Yeah, it is Weta. You're right. I fucked it up. I had to remove the post because it was wrong.
Weta actually have the license for the Snyder Cut. So they're going to be doing Superman.
They make some great pieces, man.
They're Lord of the Rings.
They're 1/3 scale golems. Nice, man.
Very nice. Glass eyes. Then also you got the XM Studios. So XM Studios got the Planet Hulk coming. So this one up for pre-order. And obviously you got the additional sculpture turning into the kind of King Hulk, the axe. My problem with their putting up these pieces was they didn't show you the pose without the squid tentacle on the sword, which they really should have, because that is something you get. And I think it's something that, for me, makes more sense. For me, if you've got a sword and you slice through something, you don't carry it through with the strike. And I think they should have shown them on the actual pieces. This then is Jem Mint's ones where he actually does show it, which is good. So this is the prototype piece he got in. So then you go through that. Good pieces. I mean, like the thing is on some of the images that people took themselves, it showed him that a bit of a Grinch nose, and this shows you that it doesn't. You know, it shows you a bit better. Also did a 20% off for the first 80 collectors. So the price, if you got in there quickly.
Yeah, I got a load of messages from people saying to me, can I get them one on that 20%? I was just like, no.
So I do think these are the XM production prototype shots, and I think they should have shown definitely one without the squid piece on that sword. I just don't think it. I don't think it works.
I would have done the picture with the king head and the other sword.
I think it looks much better. 69 centimeters tall, 62 deep, and 70 wide. So big piece. And go through.
Very nice. I think it looks nice, but I still prefer the OG Sideshow one, personally.
Not a fan of the traditional sculpt?
I'm always a fan of the traditional sculpt, but I find that this is very crunched in its pose. And although it's battle one, I kind of dig that element to it. I do prefer the bigger, straighter, sort of smirky look of it. It's just taste. There's a lot of good elements to this. I like the action element to it, and you could definitely. And this is the good thing about it, is that XM have made an action version for Sideshow's museum, which is clever because it's completely different. But if I was going to buy it, I would probably buy the more museum-based one.
Yeah.
It definitely the more museum-based one base is not going to be painted as well, and it has mixed media elements on the belt, so you have to be careful if you're in a hot climate. But there's something about it I just prefer a little bit more.
Okay. Well, I definitely prefer this to the new Sideshow one. So yeah.
The new Sideshow one. What's the new one?
Yeah.
That horrible one where he's lean. Yeah, definitely. It's definitely better than that. I'm talking about the OG Gladiator, first one.
I prefer the shield on the original Sideshow one.
Yeah.
For sure. But I think the shield blocks off.
Don't like the king at all though. I think the king is another one where they've just you see XM have shown you how you can do it, which is you got the shield and you got the gladiator armor. You take all that off and you put the king and you change the head and you've got two statues. That's the way to do it. That's the right way to do it, rather than you make very subtle change and release two pieces. Just greedy.
No.
We don't need that in this hobby. We just don't need that. We don't need that many variations of things. They need to learn this.
Well, that's what XM done is you've got both of them in one box. So yeah,
Exactly.
And you've got this is the first look of the Supergirl 1/4 scale by XM Studios as well. So
Are they making 1/6 of this?
I think we are, but we're going to be changing the pose. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then these are pictures of the sugar in hand. You sent me.
These look really good.
There's
a couple of different collectors here because I like to take a couple of different people's shots if I can. Yes.
Fusco.
Andy Fusco repainted his Hulk and then promptly sold it.
That's actually all the licensed pieces. So you run out of time, so we'll do the
good. I need. This is the thing with a Saturday. I do have a wife to go and spend some time with while my son is otherwise engaged. So,
all right. Well,
and, we weren't meant to go on to quite as much of a 2-hour rant as we did at the start of the chat. So, I think that's
also weren't meant to be on there for an hour without my microphone, which probably people might prefer. But yeah. Anyway. All right, guys. Do the usual. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share. And what we'll do is we'll go on to the custom pieces next week, and we'll do more of them then. And yeah, thanks for watching. And happy collecting.
Stay safe out there, and don't get into debt.
Stay safe.
Stay safe. Bye bye. Bye bye.